Hey everybody, welcome to the Poor Life Decisions podcast with Davidge Phipps. I'm Davidge Phipps, and with me as always is Silver Dubloons, a famous pirate, who we all know and love is Brandon. Brandon
Brandon
Dory. How's it
Brandon
going?
Dory, the most white guy name ever, apparently. I've learned.
Just Brandon.
Yeah,
Dory's pretty unique if you ask me.
there's a boat called a dory. I wasn't named after it though. I don't think my
No?
families were ever boat makers, and they spell it differently. Uh,
Okay.
don't know why that
There was
has to
something
do
about,
with it.
yeah, well, there was something about a fish, but I can't remember it.
The Nemo,
Then, yeah, the
the
guy who fought
find the Finding Dory.
Finding Dory. I recently saw that with somebody, and his name is Chin, Boner Chin, Animal Chin. He
I know who you're
made me
talking about.
watch that. He lost both his grandparents. He's grieving. He's drinking a lot, and he's watching a lot of Disney movies with me, and I'm loving it. So
Hey, whatever helps.
I yeah, coronavirus is fucking up the nation. I guess the world. I recently just found out I don't have it, so
Oh,
that's
that's
nice.
nice. Yeah, we recently got some good news from another friend of ours that had a scare.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, what we should have done at the start of this. I had this idea, but it was just a
What's that?
joke. We were gonna do like
Yeah.
a coronavirus pool, and everybody would put $10, and the first person to actually get coronavirus would get all the money.
I'm in. I'm in.
Dude, no, we should do it.
Um.
Dude, you've
Of
been
our
I've been
yeah.
following your saga on Instagram in your
Well,
car. Your car is having some
fucking
trouble.
car,
I'm
dude. Somebody broke into the underside of my car. They stole my catalytic converter.
when you say somebody broke into the front side of your car, what is it? What is
Like
that?
the underside.
Like can't you just like boop and get in there?
Apparently, the catalytic converter on my specific type of car has a heat shield over it, and it's like a steel plate. And
Okay.
they snapped that off. And then they also took my O2 sensor. So,
They took your O2 sensor. They just needed an O2
my
sensor.
fucking O2 sensor, dude. It, apparently, there's a lot of rare metals in there. So, I'll let you guys figure out what year and all that. Because I don't want to tell anybody. I'm just upset. Haven't told the police.
So it wasn't
It's
like a
like,
vengeance thing. It was like a just a
ah.
random attack.
I texted my apartment complex to get the video footage of it. Because I am going to go to the police once everything's like done with insurance and that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but mainly I want my insurance to talk to them, so everything's just documented. So fuck the police, and I don't want to talk to them. So once that's set up, well, what my apartment people said was like, we haven't had any other reported thefts
Okay, that's good.
at all. So if you tell the cops, then they'll patrol more. So that yeah,
So
that
they
like wiped out my savings.
were they gonna get the footage for you or not?
The short answer is no, but I also don't want to talk about that. I was. I'll say this. I wasn't parked where the camera was recording.
But were you parked where the camera was recording?
Obviously not. So yeah,
Fuck.
I've been parking by the camera now. It's like a deterrent.
A little bit of security. Yeah, if I'm
Whether the
gonna,
fucking thing works.
I've played
Huh?
Metal Gear Solid. You don't commit crimes
Yeah,
in
yeah.
front of the camera.
I wish ours moved, but I'm just gonna park. You know.
Rotating
Oh
cameras, yeah. That was a big
yeah.
that was a big development when cameras went from stationary to like rotating 30 degrees either way. That was a big
Yeah.
advancement in security. That was around
I
the
know that.
PlayStation 1 era, I think, that things like that started happening.
Dude, I loved the PlayStation 1 era. It was pre-COVID.
Do you
You
remember
know,
Final Fantasy?
yeah, I've seen a lot of Rule 34.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin was super into that. Lots of pretty Japanese anime ladies in there. Also, Phoenix Down.
Ooh.
I know what that item is, isn't it? Like instant res and full health or something?
I think it was in Final Fantasy 7. It was just like your basic res item. It was like the wing. Oh, it's like a wing of a phoenix or something, or a feather of a phoenix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like chicken down.
yeah, like
Nobody uses chicken down.
down filled. You know, like you did some pillows that were filled with down
Yeah,
pillows. They were called.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just a plumage. It's a piece of plumage from a phoenix. You
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Once again, rise from the ashes, and
Stronger each time the phoenix comes back. That's what they say. You have to go.
weird. Just like Dumbledore,
You have to
or did he die?
die. Wait, Dumbledore died?
Spoilers. Yeah,
Wait,
I
but
thought.
did he come back?
Think so. I need to catch up on my lore.
Zombie Dumbledore?
Yeah. Well, Snape dies. Spoilers. I have
Who?
what
Oh
a
yes.
probably my favorite tie that I have is I was looking for like a budget Halo sword, like a plasma sword at a Halloween shop, and all I found was a Harry Potter tie for Slytherin, and it's my favorite tie.
Dude. Some.
Everybody's just like, is that a like when I wear it to work? I wore it on the. I had an interview with a contractor the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just kind of jumping through topics here,
No, this is great. This
but
is what we do. Yeah.
yeah, right on, right on. So like the first thing that happens is my video doesn't work because I was setting up the angle so I don't get a bunch of weeaboo stuff in my interview, and like I had set it up through Discord so it wasn't working on anything else, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just like sitting there talking to her, and I'm like, "Well, is there anything you wanted to say, to start out?" And she just like dead face stared at herself in the camera, and she's just like, "Well, I think it's really important to put a face to a voice." All I could think was like, "Fuck,"
Is it that
but I got it
important?
figured out. I got it figured out.
Fuck.
So I just had to restart everything.
What was the? Do you mind if I ask what was the job?
Oh, it was just like a meeting with the a contractor,
Mm-hmm.
and then they bring me a bunch of jobs, and
Oh.
then they apply because they have the connections. So,
And they get a cut of your wages, I bet.
uh,
Nice. What a gig that is.
yeah, I really hate looking for jobs. Like, I hate having jobs.
Yeah. You know, my thing about that is I've never found anything better to spend money on than freedom.
Yeah, right.
Right.
I hear moving around a lot. That's how you're supposed to be free, nomadic or something.
I watched a great documentary yesterday about this Russian guy who hung out with a hobo, and they filmed
I've
it.
done that.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
train jumping and everything.
I've done that separate from hanging out with a hobo, but
Oh yeah,
homeless people. Oh, is hobo like a term for homeless people that are mobile?
that's what I thought it was. Yeah,
Okay, that
yeah,
like train hopping,
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
bindle on a stick.
I learned in the documentary the origin of the hobo lifestyle, which I didn't know.
Yeah,
Back
tell me more.
in the Civil War, apparently they used to transport troops around on trains, and there was
Yeah,
a lot of logistical problems with this, including primarily that there was not enough food, and it was really hard to get it around to all these troops. So what the troops ended up doing was they would get the train to stop in different places, and they would basically just start like stealing from orchards or farms,
okay.
and they would basically like because they had to eat, like it was
Yeah,
like they were just trying to
for sure.
survive, and they weren't like it was they were doing what they had to.
Yeah,
And then so after the war, there was a lot of like broken men, a lot of shell shock, a lot of people who
yeah,
didn't fit into society, and
absolutely.
they had gotten used to this style of life where they were traveling trains and basically stealing and just doing stuff like that, and that's where the lifestyle came from.
And uh, I read, well, I got an audiobook that was written by Patton Oswalt,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's an interesting book. It's like he'll just have like random songs play through it, and one of them is like a old hobo tune, and
Ooh.
yeah, it's talking about how like the hobo lifestyle is just pretty much gay sex. You know, he's talking about having a soup full of ass, or
Wow.
like an ass full of soup. Jesus, and yeah, it's just like, uh, 8 debt wives, which is like hobos keep track of sexual favors and cigarettes and stuff like that.
I didn't know
So
this.
he's in
This
debt
wasn't
to,
in the
and
documentary.
I believe that. Most people tend to stray away from that, but I thank Patton Oswalt for that little nugget of information. If it wasn't copyright, I'd throw up ass soup song
Probably is though.
for sure.
Our
Actually, it's really old, so maybe it's public domain.
hobos are like they're like they're like bards. It seems like they all have a instrument they play.
Oh yeah.
In the documentary, the one guy played the violin and he was like awesome. And they shortly interviewed this other girl who played the banjo and she was like awesome. Like it was so it was like wasn't even a thing. They just did it.
Yeah. Shit, there was something I was gonna say about that.
Patton Oswalt?
Okay. Yeah, but what were you just saying? Like I heard it and I was like,
Hobos are bards.
oh, bards. Yeah. That lady plays banjo. My dad plays banjo. I think it's because of Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. Was that the Pink Panther guy?
Yeah, the remake of it. Have you ever seen the movie The Jerk with him?
No, I have not.
Okay, so the opening line, and it's my favorite opening line of any movie ever, is "I was born a poor black child." And like, do you know Steve Martin? He's a comedian.
Yeah, I mean, I know of him. I don't know a ton about him, but go on.
Yeah, but like he was adopted by like this family of like 12 black people.
Okay.
And they live kind of out in a swamp.
Mm-hmm.
And then he doesn't understand why he's not black because they never told him he was adopted. And I think he's like 37. And he's like leaving the farm to go get a job or whatever. Yeah, we should watch that movie sometime. That's a good movie.
I like that. That sounds funny.
Yeah. Banjo. Yeah, my dad made me. He didn't make me. He kind of had me learn playing guitar. So then he taught me how to play dueling banjos.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, that's wholesome.
Yeah, I didn't know you knew how to play the guitar.
A little bit.
Oh, that's
I know
super cool.
chords and bars and I shred a little bit.
That's so cool. You're gonna have to.
You're
gonna have to show me what you know sometime. Play me a little ditty.
If I can recall.
Play me a ditty.
I know a couple of ditties.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever heard? There's this Blink-182 song. I think it's called Grandpa.
I don't know it.
Yeah, it's basically about fucking your grandpa, but it's a very beautiful guitar tune.
Wow.
Do 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 do. When you fuck grandpa, did he tell you that he loved you? Did he hold you till the sun did rise? And did he look into your eyes and ask you to fillet him? Or stick a finger or two in his ass?
Wow. I listened to a song like that recently. It was called "The Good Ship Venus." It was
You hear about those folktale music songs, dude.
There's something about like I think I'm kind of realizing this about myself.
Yeah.
Like I like old things. Chess, 1500 years old. I don't know if we've talked about that on the podcast, but we're both kind of getting into chess and.
Dude, I'm playing it on my phone a lot.
Dude, I'm loving it, and I love learning about it, and I love.
Yeah.
The game is 1500 years old. Nobody's gonna be playing Fortnite in 1500 years.
The servers won't stand it.
No,
they won't stand the test of time.
But chess is gonna still be going another 1500 years from now. I mean, there's humans alive to play it, and I bet if we ever encounter aliens,
Here's to hoping.
We're gonna teach them chess.
They're gonna dominate chess.
You think?
Ask me if there are, unless have you ever seen The Expanse?
I've seen the first couple of seasons.
Okay, so yeah, like what if we get into alien life like that, where it's kind of like a virus that was sent at us like a weapon, and then it's just kind of evolving It doesn't. I think I'm only 2 seasons in, but so spoilers. But like, I don't know. I don't think the.
We'll teach you chess.
Yeah. That get back to chess. The point is, yeah, love chess. Can't get enough of it unless I'm tired, which is most of the time.
Yeah, it's a very taxing game, I find. Did you know that pro chess players can burn up to 6,000 calories a day by playing chess?
I did not know that, but that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Mainly because like I don't know, it's just one of those games where I'm just like kind of dumbfounded by like the things that I miss sometimes. Like they'll take a piece from you
Right.
and you just didn't even
It's
look at that corner.
I think it's so awesome because it's
Yeah.
like it's your insecurities,
Mm, mm.
your stupidity, it's all laid out on the table to bear. And
Yeah.
it's literally a battle of wits. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like it's really a lot like poker in some ways.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, there's metagame components, there's
for
like
sure.
information warfare. There's obviously a lot more strategy in chess than there is in poker, but they both, have a lot of
Yeah,
strategy involved. Um,
I do.
and I think
And
that's
I
like
feel myself learning when I play chess.
absolutely, and I like that feeling. It's like,
Yeah, me too.
yeah, the thing about chess is that like I don't know that I could ever play it for money, and that's
No.
kind of appealing to me, honestly. I'm not a
Yeah.
big I'm not a big like I don't know, like I used to play poker obviously a lot,
Oh yeah.
and I don't know, I don't everybody
Yes, you did.
everybody when they buy into a poker game, they're consenting to lose their money is how I force myself to look at it. But in reality,
Yeah.
a lot of those people, maybe shouldn't be there, maybe have other things that would be better spent their money on. I don't know, try to judge people or anything, but like I always feel
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
I
I
don't
don't
like
feel you judge him.
no, I don't feel like it just feels weird to take people's money, I guess. Especially knowing how hard
Yeah,
everybody works
absolutely.
for it.
Exactly. And uh, I wasn't always. I've stolen things before, and like I regret that now.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could give them back, but it's just like, what do I? What happens if I give it back? Do I go to jail? Do I do I get fined? Like, what happens with that?
What's the right thing to do?
Oh, cut the identifying numbers off of it and then leave it in front of the building. You know, I don't know.
I didn't say it, you did.
Yeah, I don't know. I you know,
So now what do you do?
keep it in a box. I don't have many things,
Yeah.
but when I do have them, I wouldn't say I'm a pack rat because it's not like all packed in here, but I do have a lot of things. Not a lot. Like I haven't stolen everything, but there are like 2, 3 things where I'm just like, I really should give these back. You
And
know,
what's
and
holding what's holding you back? You know what the right thing to do is.
getting caught, and like I don't want to. I don't want to live that lifestyle. I don't want to be shitty and steal things from people. And I haven't done that for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just kind of like, well, somebody just stole my fucking catalytic converter. So
Do you think it's karma?
I I definitely thought that. I definitely thought that. I couldn't tell you. It's like I don't know if a car can run silently without that in there. Because if it would run for like a till I got home, because I went and I helped my cousin move one day,
Mm-hmm.
and I was there till like midnight, and my car was parked outside in like this new development for hours. And we were inside. Like I slept there for like an hour. I played paddleball in the basement for like an hour. Like I was there after we moved stuff, so it could have been there. I don't know. I don't know. It sucks. Karma. I'm an asshole. I deserve it.
Fuck.
Yeah. Right? So good luck living with that, dude. I'm fine.
Karma's a bitch. That's what they say.
Yeah. Buddha says, don't get annoyed. When you're about to become annoyed, don't.
How do you stop being annoyed? I would love to learn that. Some people have been really annoying. Some people have been really annoying me lately.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, how have people been annoying you? I'm pretty annoying, so I apologize.
No, it's not. It's not you. It's probably me, and that's why I want to learn how to not be annoyed. Right?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I know some of the people that you know, so like I'm interested to find out how the people have been annoying. I don't need to know names or anything. I'm sure I could guess. Unless it's people, IRL.
So I don't want to say whether it's IRL or online.
For sure. Yeah.
I'm conceiving of a way to put this without making it obvious what's going on.
Somebody being like antagonistic.
Antagonistic's the wrong word. I don't know. I haven't formulated my thoughts enough on this to really talk about it. I think, like I said, I think it's my problem, so that's why I was so interested in what you were about to say. So I'm just gonna let you continue on with what you were about to say with the Buddha thing.
What was I about to say?
You were talking about Buddha and how you like when you're annoyed, you just you stop being annoyed. Yeah.
Okay, well, the other day when I drove my loud ass car to the shop, everybody's just like, "Oh, did somebody steal your catalytic converter?" And like as soon as they said that, I was like, "Shit, that's gonna cost way more than a muffler," because I thought my muffler just fell off or something. And like 5 different people came up and asked me that, and it's just like, dude, I don't know. That's why I'm here. I don't want to say that, but like it was loud enough for 5 separate like technicians to come over and ask me about it.
It must be a thing that happens.
Oh yeah, apparently my year, make, and model of cars, they're getting broke. These catalytic converters are getting stolen a lot because there's a lot of valuable metal in it.
Do you think it's enough to make a? Do you think it's enough to make a doubloon?
I think so, because if there's a rash of these burglaries for the specific year of the car, like, yeah, there's probably 2 or 3 doubloons in there, my dude.
Dude, 2 or 3 doubloons ain't nothing to scoff your head at.
Dude, over $3,000 it's gonna take to replace those 3 parts.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, and they broke the heat shield. I didn't see it. I asked them to keep the parts, but then they didn't, like, maybe they kept them in the shop, but they didn't give them to me.
Do you know anybody who knows cars? That you trust?
Kinda, yeah.
That's always my first go-to, because like shop. I mean, it's like this goes for every industry, but there's always people out there who are looking to make a quick buck, and somebody says, this is a, I could do this job for 500, but I think this guy can get 300, 3,000, whatever. It's like people. There's definitely those kinds of people out there, and that's why I always like to find somebody I can trust, because like a lot of the time it does seem like you can get something for a lot cheaper than what these dealers are telling you for what it is. Yeah. I just had somebody tell me a story of how they went into the dealer because their something was leaking in there, and so they told them all this stuff about it, and anyway, they had to change this and change that, and the computer wasn't right, and these sensors weren't right, and anyway, it ended up being just like the hose was bad, and it was like a $10 hose, and he ended up getting charged $1,000 for like all this
For
other shit,
labor.
that they did, and all these parts that they bought, and they ended up giving him
Yeah.
like 25% off the parts or whatever to say sorry for what they did, and it's like they still made a pretty buck off of him.
Oh
And
yeah, for sure.
I like to think the best of people. I like to assume that they they legitimately didn't know that the hose was bad, and
Yeah, yeah.
but at the same time, that's why it's also good to get a second opinion, because somebody else might see something that somebody else doesn't.
Yeah.
There might be other options that haven't been considered. I think
Yeah.
that's I think it's worth looking into.
I went to the shop. I'm like, fix it, and then they're like, okay, here's the cost. I'm like, I don't have that much. Uh, luckily, my insurance is gonna cover 2,000 of the 3,000, so that's nice. I've been applying for jobs, like I said, so that's also a thing that's happening.
Dude, is your car even worth $3,000?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like it's a Prius. I don't want to. It's a 2008 Prius.
yeah.
Don't dox me, please. Don't dox me. Don't
I'm
steal
not
my
trying
fucking
to.
kettle. Not you. Just anybody.
There's
Nobody
probably
watching
lots
this.
of these Priuses out there.
Oh yeah, there's a rash of burglaries of my exact parts. Fuck. But like,
Hey,
I drive a Prius. I love my Prius. It runs. Everything works on it for the most part.
I just had an idea.
What's that? What's
If
that?
people are stealing them,
Hmm.
maybe there's a black market for them, and maybe you can get one from the guy who stole it from you.
Yeah, and dude, I was worried. Like, I'm worried they're just gonna come and take it again. Like this dummy keeps replacing it.
Can you like zip tie your hood shut so it can't open or something like that?
Well,
I
it's like it's underneath the car, so like they
so,
probably jacked up my car with a car jack,
mm-hmm.
and then got under there.
Fuck. You could put like
But
a booby trap down there, like some sort of flamethrower.
Elon Musk sells those, or did.
Right. That was weird. A lot of people bought those, and that was just no
Very
big
good
deal.
flamethrower.
It's just not
I
a big.
mean,
Couldn't you
it's
just
not very
buy
hard
those?
to make a flamethrower,
Couldn't you just
especially
buy
one
those as
quality.
a citizen? Like, can you
Why
just?
not? Why not? Why can't a citizen own a flamethrower? I don't understand.
I like your Elon Musk impression.
Thank you. He's got a very big jaw.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably take a punch, probably.
Probably on Mars. I take a punch on Mars.
In another
It's
world,
pretty
he
cool.
might have made a boxer.
I mean, he's huge. Dude, that guy is jacked. I don't know how tall he is, but he is ripped.
Mm-hmm.
So, I wouldn't try to fight him or his son, AX-Yon 1213. You know?
Right.
What the fuck,
That
dude?
was weird. Yeah, that was a little weird.
I'm not. I mean, he makes way more money than me, so apparently it was a smart move.
Yeah, Elon
To
Musk
name this
is
kid
a
that.
he's a bit of a goober. He's
I
a
mean,
bit of
if you if you look at pictures like before he got his hair like put back in, they shaved his ass hairs off his butt and put them in his head.
Mhm.
He was a little fat guy.
Yeah,
He was a little porker.
he was a nerd.
I make music. I put a rocket in space. It's fine.
Dude.
Yeah, he would open with the goober off opening in chess, dude.
No doubt. I don't know. Elon, he's not buying the coronavirus. He doesn't buy it.
It's because it doesn't make me money. It's not that big of a deal to me.
I mean, I think like
Just wear a mask.
when he went on Joe Rogan and talked about all that stuff, it was like
Yeah.
I was watching that and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this man's playing, you know, 4-dimensional chess. He's basically he's here trying to make money via propaganda.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That was like what he
Check
was
out
doing.
check out my truck. I made a truck.
Right.
Runs on batteries. It's got air jacks for the tires. Watch me throw this ball through the windshield. It's pretty cool.
He cares more about making money than he does
Pretty
about
cool.
people's lives. I think that's a fair.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
that's a reasonable statement to make about Elon Musk.
Well, I think it's important for anyone to just, care for themselves and theirs. Why would I care about my employees?
Right.
They're replaceable. Who wouldn't want to go to Mars in a Cybertruck?
Man, and like he's done so much. It's a shame because he's done a lot of cool stuff, and
Oh yeah, for
he's
sure.
obviously a very clever guy.
Yeah.
It's like it makes you worried that like maybe it's really hard or nigh on impossible to be a good guy and still affect as much change as someone like Elon Musk.
Well, here it's air. It's human to air. So I don't know. Maybe his airs are just that he's really shitty to his employees. I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to justify Elon Musk right now because mainly I don't agree with him. I hear he's got more money than Jeff Bezos right now.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, I had a pint of blood taken out of me today. It felt like it was like 5 tubes.
You getting fucking drunk tonight, dude? You should only take 1 or 2 shots.
I've taken about 1 shot. Like, it's nice. It's very relaxing. I'm trying not to overdo it. But, you were asking before we started here. We haven't talked in a bit.
Right.
Just me last night. Yeah, I've been video dating a lady.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's talk about poor life decisions, eh?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Women, you're the one who said it, not me.
Well, I don't know if this is one or not.
Okay.
Everything in my mind is like, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But the more I talk to this person, it's kind of like, okay, so here's the deal. We met on a dating app, and then we hit it off. We started talking. I found out she's got 2 kids. She was very forward with that. Dad's in the picture, like uber smart. Family's kind of, good to go money-wise. Stay-at-home mom artist, which, like, I too am unemployed. And here's the last tick mark on this list. She's still married.
Ooh.
Yeah. They're separated. He's got 2 girlfriends. He wants to be poly and bi. And like that she doesn't want that. But they're married for the kids, right?
Right.
It's a piece of paper is what she keeps telling me. You're freaking out about nothing. Marriage means something. And I'm like, yeah, marriage does mean something. It means I don't want to break the sanctity of that, whether it's a piece of paper or not. I also worry that might be why I'm interested, because I kind of like women. Like I like my Chinese parades with full of red flags,
Danger. You're attracted to danger.
Yeah, thanks, Mom.
Dude, I mean,
she seems nice though.
As long as nobody's getting hurt, What I kind of agree with her. Like, marriage is just a piece of paper. Like, there's no marriage doesn't exist in nature. It's something we invented, and it's something that lives in the minds of people as like, it's.
Yeah.
What really matters is relationships and how you treat people, and like.
Yeah. And she brought it up, and she wasn't entirely wrong. But like, she's like, it's kind of a religious thing with you, isn't it? I was like, yeah, I was kind of raised that way. I get that. I don't want to go to hell. I don't know if it's real or not. I still don't want to go, but like, I don't know. I'm interested. I think I genuinely am interested. So, I got COVID tested yesterday. I am negative. I went to the doctor and I had a bunch of blood taken and I peed in a cup. I'm gonna make sure I ain't got no secret surprises down on my wiener.
Nice.
For anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody or get them sick. So yeah, got a date coming up here on the weekend. Things are looking up, and that's why I haven't been around. So I'm sorry.
You gonna get your dick wet? You think?
I don't think so.
Yeah. But
No,
maybe.
I don't think so. I'm gonna. Well, okay. And I've told her this. I like a lady who makes the first move because I don't want to get me too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've done the same thing. I've done the same thing in relationships. I'm always like,
Yeah.
But my thing is always, I always say I prefer if you set the pace for things like when we advance the relationship sexually, because
Yeah.
it's like
That makes sense.
I'm a guy, I'm down to clown, I'm here for this.
Yeah.
I'm about it.
For sure.
I'm just
For sure.
So you tell me when you're ready, and then bippity bop, bippity bang, we're ready to go.
Boppity boopy.
Boppity boopy.
Yeah, that's from Family Guy.
Oh, the Italian.
There you go. So yeah.
I remember.
Boppity boopy.
The Italian dude. That was a pretty funny show, Family Guy. I'm not gonna lie. I felt like
I love it.
The jokes were all kind of like they were all kind of like so slapstick and so surprising that they never had the same impact the second time you heard them.
For sure.
So I always felt like it was a show you would like watch once and then it was like that was kind of it. And whereas like at the time I loved The Simpsons because like every episode you would probably catch something new every time you rewatched it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of clever stuff in that show and a lot of like subtle jokes. And it was
for sure.
But Family Guy was like, yeah, man, they just like they turned it up to 11 and it was goofballery and it was fun. That's Krusty the Clown.
It is,
dude. The Simpsons is fantastic.
I shouldn't say I'm a fan of The Simpsons, but I do love The Simpsons. They had a lot of good seasons. I don't think they're doing so well nowadays, but Krusty the Clown has been pretty consistently like my fucking guy. I don't know.
Herschel Krostowski.
Yeah, Herschel Krostowski. Love it. He's a Jew.
Dude.
He's a clown. Jews can't get tattoos, otherwise they can't be buried in Jewish cemeteries. So I thought, what better to get a tattoo of than a Jewish clown smoking weed?
That's funny, dude. That's very clever.
Yeah, right.
Dude.
As a clown myself.
Why can't
also,
you are a clown, aren't you?
A little bit. I'm a jester of sort.
Dude, that's so cool. Who do you have like a? Do you know anything about like ancient jesterness or like that culture?
I know that kings had jesters that came and entertained them. So this is like stand-up comedy, juggling, jokes, and then if the king didn't like them, they got their heads chopped off, right?
That's pretty, yeah. Makes the profession probably pretty scary to go into.
That's the kind of danger that I'm into, though.
Dude.
Laugh or die? Laugh or die, baby!
Dude, I don't know. I'm just like...
There's this Whitest Kids You Know sketch.
Yeah.
With a king. And he's just like sitting in the court in the throne room being bored. And then the jester comes in and he's like, Jester, do that thing where you grab the tip of your penis very hard for a long time. And then he's just like sitting there like, ow, ow, ow. It's like, yeah, that seems about right. And then he fucks a manatee, but it's
Fuck. Dude, maybe
Not
it's
the
not so.
jester, the
Maybe
king.
it's not so great. Oh, the king does. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
So what made you want to get into this, Joe?
Stand-up comedy. I like making people laugh, and if I can get paid for that, that would be great.
Hmm. Do you
Because
have
I
a
really don't
Patreon?
want
Do
to
you have a
make money.
Patreon? You should have a Patreon. I think.
I don't have a Patreon.
I think you should. You should set one
I
up for
feel
this.
bad about taking money.
So
Like,
everybody but the
well,
cool
like
thing, the cool.
you'd have to
Okay,
create content
stop, stop, stop,
for
stop,
me.
stop, 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 stop.
Ah, ah,
Taking money is one thing.
sure,
Patreon is not taking money.
it's receiving money.
Yes, people are like people choose whether or not to give it to you. It's not like you're charging for something.
Yeah, you're right. Hmm.
You should
Sorry,
make one.
excuse
You
me.
should make one and put it in the description of every video.
Can I call it my Patreon?
Only if you give them a free croissant.
Croissant?
Yes,
Croissant?
it's
Yeah.
only
How about
fair.
them French?
Do you know any
I
French
hear that.
people?
Kind of. There's so I used to play Overwatch a lot. I still do, kind of. One game there was just like a couple of French people on my team, and one of them happened to be a young impressionable woman
Sacré bleu.
of the age of 18.
Oh, mais oui.
Fuck. Yeah. Merci. And I spoke enough French where I'm charming, I'm funny, I know I gotta flaunt it, and I was, and now we've been talking for, a year or two. There's probably an 8-month period where we weren't talking, and she had a pretty serious boyfriend. She was gonna come visit, and then she got that boyfriend, and then COVID.
Damn.
Yeah. And I've been talking to her too, so that's kind of where I've been. I've been dating around. I'm kind of a slut.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, I know her, and I speak French at her sometimes.
Dude, I like to say I used to speak French. I took immersion
Sweet.
in high school, but literally I never spoke a word after it. Never
No?
encountered people that really spoke French. I never had a job that would give me the
Wow.
opportunity. I don't know. I just never. I could like say a few things like bonjour, je m'appelle Brandon. I still remember some of the
Je suis
vocab.
l'homme.
But like as far as like vocabulary goes, I could le chat, mon chat Lula.
Mon chat.
Elle
Mon
est,
chat Lula.
elle est très beau, I could like I could ask where the bathroom is and stuff like that, but
Okay, magnifique.
yeah.
Baby.
If somebody understood that I was basically extremely limited, I could carry on a very simple conversation in French. Very simple.
Yeah.
I'd have to do a lot of hand gestures and anglicisms, but
Pee-pee?
mais le video game Mario,
Yeah, they say things funny.
Dude.
Oh, she said a word to me the other day, and I couldn't understand her because of the accent. But once we figured out what she was talking about, I was like embarrassed that I didn't know what she was talking about. I can't remember what it was, of course.
She doesn't exclusively speak French, does she?
It's her first language. She knows enough English.
That's cool.
See, and she's pretty.
Uterus?
Yeah, she is with uterus.
Check
she was
mark.
complaining about her period the other day. Sorry.
Dude. I've never met a woman who didn't complain about her period. I think it's kind of a thing.
Yeah, I hear that too.
Never had one, so I can't relate.
I always like to tell them, I've never bled out of my vagina before.
Right.
Yeah. They're like, you have a vagina? I say, no, it's a wiener.
I think it's like I watched. I was on a little bit of a documentary kick this week. I also watched a short
Hmm.
documentary about a woman who lived as a man for like a year and a half. She had
Mm.
like she didn't have like a sex change operation or anything. She just did it all cosmetically. She had a fake
Yeah,
mustache and she cut her hair short and all this stuff.
yeah.
And
Did she actually like glue a mustache on, or did she grow one?
I was mostly listening to it.
Okay,
I wasn't watching
right
it.
on.
I didn't see like the whole thing. But the thing that she said she discovered is that like men have no idea how women think, women have no idea how men think. It's all
Yeah.
a fucking mess. And at the end of the documentary, she checked herself into a mental health hospital for depression.
Jesus,
And it
dude.
was like,
Like, you find something like that out, and then you tell everybody about it in a documentary, and then nobody listens.
right, fuck.
I would
And
too, man.
I found it so fascinating. And she was like,
Yeah,
it's such an interesting story. I
that
don't.
sounds interesting.
Yeah, I forget what the name of the documentary was or the lady that
Yeah,
did it, but I'm sure if you search like
lady who pretends to be a man for a year documentary.
right, it'll come up for our listeners and for you if that's. But like yeah, and it's like you think about it for a minute, and it's like yeah, I mean, I think men and women really we do have some fundamental differences, but most of our differences I think are societal. Like we kind of have these expectations for women and we have these expectations for men, and I think it's like it's all very
Yeah,
it's all very just kind of like stuff that we made up in society. I think
yeah.
we're a lot more alike than we like to think we are. Like obviously even
Oh, for
biologically
sure.
we're a lot different, like
Yeah,
testosterone does make a person act differently than estrogen does.
yeah.
I think that's like I don't know. From what I've seen, that's not like a complicated thing to see, but
No.
especially like when you consider like the people who take testosterone artificially and like what they're like, and the people who take estrogen artificially and what they're like, and like it's
Yeah.
right. And I'm trying to dog on anybody or anything, but it's like it's
No, no,
clear
no,
that
no.
those chemicals literally have an
Yeah,
impact on your personality.
absolutely.
So
They're
there's some
chemicals. Our brains are like
right. We're
electric chemical
right,
factories.
exactly. And it's like as much as we want to believe that we're these like thinking machines that are like perfectly primed and thinking I would say like most of my life, I don't know what the percentage I would give it is, but
Hmm.
like most of my life I'm just running like on my unconscious brain and I'm just kind of like
Yeah.
existing, I'm not like
Autopilot, baby.
yeah, I'm on autopilot. So it's like
Electric meat sack need to be at office.
right. It's like
Poker game.
I tried
Yeah.
I consciously try to be conscious as much as I can because I feel like that's kind of when a lot of the magic happens in life. But
Yeah.
it
Absolutely.
but absolutely it's like
Yeah.
I've got things that like I enjoy and I've got things that I do. Like today,
Mm.
I spent most of today playing a video game.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And it's like that's okay. I gotta that's my thing. Like I
Yeah.
love it. It makes
Dude,
it
I've
make
spent, I would say, a majority of my life playing video games.
wow
Yeah.
more than 12 hours a day.
There have been days. Dude, like,
Majority of my life is a
dude, Xbox
I see
Live
now that it was
ruined my
hyperbole.
life.
Oh, Halo 2, dude.
I played. I was very bad at it, but I really liked playing it for some reason.
I don't remember
Fun
whether
game.
I don't think I was good at it. I think that was one of my first controller FPSs.
Yeah,
But I think to be fair, that was
I grew up controller. Yeah,
first controller FPS, and like it was the first one that felt good. Like Halo 1 was the
yeah,
first game to ever feel good, first FPS to ever feel
yeah.
good on a controller. Ever. That's why that
Ever,
game did
dude.
so well. There was no
John Mayer.
FPS. Do you remember GoldenEye? What the
Dude,
fuck was
that
that?
game. That game.
That game sucks.
If dude, if that
In
game hadn't
retrospect,
come out, I wouldn't play video games anymore.
but in
Like, that's the
retrospect,
game.
no, how could you ever go back and play that game? It sucks. The mechanics
They
were
have a Source
terrible.
remake, and I'm bad at it.
By God,
It's free.
it was so bad. But it was like the controls were so bad. Like the
This is
way,
a
do you remember how
N64
like
controller.
do you remember how like if you push the stick to the left, the first thing that would happen was your gun would move a little bit to the left, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
your character would start turning. So it was like, do you want to aim your gun or
yeah.
do you want to turn? And it's like you have to like judge like the angle of the controller, and like you have to be like a fucking nuclear physicist to figure out how you want to like turn your character and shit. And then still like there was an aim button that would like aim the gun to the top right of the screen. Why was that aim button there? That never should have been implemented. And it was
Dude,
like
it was horrible.
it was so awkward, and you would be like fucking standing there, and your gun would be like pointing up into the sky or some shit, and you blast it, and it would like, but there was like recoil, but there wasn't, and it was like the game felt so weird, and but all of this is in retrospect. At the time,
Rare.
that shit
Dude.
was fucking fantastic. I played GoldenEye all the time. I was always trying to convince my parents to let me have my friends over so that we could play it together. It was I lived for that shit. Literally lived for that shit. Dude, and then he would turn towards the camera and it would go all red, but like slow. Man,
I went through a James Bond phase.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you gonna? Were you? Did you want to be a spy?
I just wanted to be James Bond. Like I have like a bunch of really old books from like the 70s. Like I've got a book with Roger Moore on the cover of it.
I don't know who that is. Sorry.
He was James Bond once. Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I have a Dr. No book.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the front of it, and like I have this book of like James Bond memorabilia.
Okay.
There were a lot of cool fucking toys that like just you wouldn't see anymore, like guns and suitcases and Q gadgets and stuff like that.
Dude.
But like, yeah, GoldenEye kind of changed my life. The movie, Pierce Brosnan, like not Magnum PI, Magnum Steel. I think that's what his name was in that one TV show. The point is, yeah, GoldenEye. If that game hadn't have come out, I would have stopped playing video games.
Wow.
Yeah. Halo 1's probably my favorite video game ever, if I'm being honest.
Halo 1's a great game. Here's my honest opinion, though.
Yeah.
Halo 1 is a fantastic console game and a mediocre FPS. If it was on PC,
yes.
If it was on PC, dude, people would have been like, Half-Life's better.
I played through Half-Life. I tried to play through the first one on the Source remake, Black Mesa.
Yeah.
I didn't get too far, but like I went in 10 years after it came out. But I have played through all of Half-Life 2.
Ooh,
and it's one of the I wasn't just like this game is amazing, but I was compelled to finish it.
Half-Life 2, man. I loved me the Half-Life games.
It's a good game. It is an amazing game.
I think
I
Half-Life
wish they would make a third chapter.
Half-Life 1 set the standards for like how single player
came out of that.
Yes, well, not only that, but like single player FPSs are basically all still designed virtually the same way Half-Life 1 was. They're all basically a series of encounters that are all like have a unique element to them, and like Half-Life 1 set out the procedure, and everybody still copies that to this day. Half-Life
Puzzles.
Yes, there's lulls in the action. There's there's dialogue. There's like they set out the exact formula, and people have been copying it to this day. There's really not been a whole in my experience, there's not been a whole lot of evolution on that formula since Half-Life 1's day. And Half-Life 2, I think, basically perfected that formula. It had such good pacing. It had such a good story. The combat mechanics were, pretty good. I mean, it was, I don't think it was the best shooter in the world, but it was it was good and it was enjoyable, and
it was revolutionary.
It was
changed first-person video games.
Absolutely. But even Half-Life 2 was 90% Half-Life 1. They had already done all that. Half-Life 2 added a little bit of spice on top of it, added a little bit of polish. But it was they already had it in Half-Life 1, and I think
games run on that engine to this day.
Dude, Valve is like Gaben. I know, like, I get why people
Gaben.
have like
Hey
shrines to that
everybody,
man.
I'm Gabe Newell. Give
He's
me your
like,
money so I can buy cheeseburgers.
Gabe is more than just his body, Doc.
Dude,
He
I
has
love
a,
Gaben. I
yeah,
love Gaben.
I do. I love Gaben too. I think he's a mastermind. I think he's
Oh yeah.
one of the he's just one of those guys that like he's the unsung hero of the video game revolution. You
Yeah, yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
He's he's out there, he's doing good work. God bless.
He is. Love him.
God bless.
God bless Gabe Newell.
God bless.
Gaben at steam.com. Love you, Dad.
I've heard he answers like people's emails all the time.
What a fucking guy. What a
Like
fucking
he'll just get emails from
gentleman.
randos and he'll just like
Yeah.
reply like, oh, you know, I don't know, dude. Like that's like,
I'm sorry you
what?
were unhappy with the source. Like, I don't know. Sorry.
Like, man, imagine like having an opportunity to talk with somebody like that, and like, I don't know, I wouldn't, I don't know, criticism wouldn't be the first thing
Yeah.
to come to my mind. I think Gaben's like, man, you think we can get him on a show one day?
Dude, I bet if we asked him, if we sent like a video like this, if we sent a video and we're like, Gabe, we want to talk to you, we'd have to come up with talking points. If I have questions, I'm a pretty good interviewer. I'm going to be honest here. I really like PowerPoints because they're just so old. Like, everybody understands a PowerPoint. I was talking to somebody about this. Like, you get those like super cheesy animations in there.
Oh,
And, like, you get a joke on every slide.
I used
like,
to do this thing where the letters would come in one by one, and each time a letter came in, it made a laser sound effect, and it was the most annoying thing ever.
That's so great. I love that.
Actually, this is funny. It reminds me of a story. I was in an unrelated class where I wasn't supposed to be working on PowerPoint, and for some reason I had PowerPoint open to show what I'd done to my friends, and I was doing this like this thing where the letters would come in one by one and it would make the laser sound effect. And it was on one of those old iMacs, the ones that were like just a monitor with the computer built into the monitor. I don't know if they were called iMacs.
Inside the computer.
And like I didn't know how to operate this thing. I didn't know how to turn the volume down. So I just turned I turned the presentation on while the teacher was giving like some lecture about something completely unrelated, and the laser started coming and it was like and like the whole class could hear it, and he just came over and stared at my computer screen, and he was like, what's going on? What are you doing here? And I'm just like, I don't remember what I said, but I remember I came up with some boner excuse like, I don't know how that happened, sir. I'm sorry. I it must have been a computer virus or something.
You know, I can't say I've ever played porn in a public place, because honestly, do that in the comfort of your own home.
Sure.
But you know, embarrassing things. My high school friend, he's got a kid, so he was telling me that his Google Home was playing Sesame Street songs the other day.
Right.
And there's this, I think it's Elmo and Aaron Neville is the song. Like, I don't want to live in the sea or something, or space. I think it's I don't want to live in space. And like out of nowhere, like the song starts, there's like boo doo doo, and then it's just Aaron Neville for like 30 seconds going, and then Elmo's just like, the sea.
That's so wholesome.
It is. It really. I like kids. Kids are fun. Kids are funny. They make me laugh all the time.
Sure, kid. There's nobody that is honest as a child.
Oh yeah. And like that's pretty much all I ask from a human being, is just like, be honest. And if you don't want to talk about it, that's cool. I'll leave it alone. But yeah. Aaron Neville, why did I bring that up? Because the song, we were talking about music or something, dude. Music came up. Sounds. You were playing that sound off your computer and pew, 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 lasering the letters, dude. Okay.
Laser letters, dude. One by one.
Okay. PowerPoint We're trying to get Gaben on the fucking podcast? Is that what's happening right now?
Can we do it? Do you think we have that kind of pull?
Maybe if I start the video call out with, "Hi everyone, I'm Gabe Newell."
I don't know
I
that
love
he would appreciate.
cheeseburgers.
Jeez, I don't know that he would appreciate your constant insinuation that he's overweight.
What? No, I love cheeseburgers too. Like, I'd eat them every day if I could afford it. Yeah.
Dude, I read somewhere that like feeding my cat what I do is like
Mm.
feeding her tiny cheeseburgers. I should
Aw.
I gotta fucking.
She looks so healthy though. She's got such a fluffy face, dude.
I
I
think
would
she's.
love to meet Lula one day.
Oh, for sure, dude. Look, I mean, are you still gonna move to Canada once the coronavirus is over?
I would love to move to one of the coasts. I want to be close to either New York or Los Angeles, and you're more the New York side.
You're right.
Can you get a ferry? Can you get a ferry from Nova Scotia to
Maine.
the U.S. or Maine?
It's called the Cat. I think it's still working. I think it's still running. Well, it's probably not running.
Kitty up there.
It's probably not running because of the coronavirus, but
yeah, probably.
I think I knew it took a few years off because there were some money issues or whatever, but
yeah,
it's a thing. I think.
Okay. They kind of have public transport. Like, I'm looking to ride more trains in my life. I think that would make travel so much easier.
That documentary did make me want to be a hobo for sure.
Oh yeah, well,
it would be hard.
Piss everywhere. They piss and shit everywhere like wild furries.
I think I'd switch to a banjo too because the guitar is too much to carry around.
It's very simple to carry a banjo. There's like nothing to it. Would you get an electric banjo or would you just
electric banjo? No,
dude,
I would not.
Exist.
I do not think I would get an electric banjo. No, that does not sound like the Silver Doubloon style.
Yeah, dude, it might blow something out in my eardrum. My dad has a song. It's a recorded song that he recorded. He did the banjo, he did the guitar, he did the writing, he did everything for it. Yeah, it's good.
That's so cool.
Yeah, but like, and like the banjo is just so loud.
The banjo,
that's kind of that's what's good about it, if you ask me.
Right. There's this one song that I'd really like to learn on the banjo because I don't think it like I've tried it a little bit on the guitar and it doesn't quite sound right. It has like such a nice sound on the banjo. And it's Angelina Baker, this old folk song about this guy who's infatuated with this woman who doesn't even notice him. It's kind of like the original incel song, I think. But it's got a nice tune to it, and it's like it's kind of wholesome because like you can tell the guy like in the story doesn't entirely know what's going on, but I think it's a sweet and it's got a nice banjo-y tune to it. I think I could do banjo. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If you can play guitar, you can play banjo. Seriously, like
I don't know.
I can't
play. First of all, I can't play guitar. I can do some very simple melodies, and I'm learning to strum.
That's playing it.
Maybe. I don't
know.
Dude,
like, can you finger pick? Do you know any melodies that you can play with your finger, like not using your guitar pick at all?
No, I've never finger picked before.
Okay. But you do chords, right? I'm guessing.
Sure.
Like A, B, C, D.
Like
fingerings.
Our friend who plays guitar sent me a PDF, and man, like,
is it Armagh?
It is Armagh Giant Spain.
Okay, yeah. Oh
man,
check out these fingerings.
Nothing makes me feel stupider than trying to understand this PDF, man. I have been trying for several weeks.
Is it guitar tabs?
It's guitar. It's guitar theory. So,
I've never read that.
I've lost my file. I don't know where it is. By the way, still nobody's chatted. So I just finally checked the Twitch stream. Nobody's talking. Hello to anyone who's watching live.
I'm opening Twitch as we speak.
I forget all about it. I'm never gonna This is a purely like you and me thing. What?
Pew, 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 pew. That was Twitch accidentally playing.
Dude, what was I talking about?
Dude, we're talking about guitar theory.
Oh,
The
right.
PDF.
So like, there's this guitar theory, and it's like you got to remember like oh man, I'm trying to wrap my head around it, and it doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. And I think it's just because I think maybe it's designed to not make sense is the weird thing, and I have to. That was me.
Yeah.
I think like I have to accept that it doesn't make sense because the thing is like there's this like you got to understand like jumps from note to note. So there's like a whole
Oh yeah.
note and a half note, and like the whole note to like A to B I think
Sure.
is a whole jump, and B to C is a whole jump, and then C to D is a whole jump. But then there's one of them that's like I forget which one it is, but it's like E to F is not
Hmm.
a whole note. It's like a half note. And it's like,
Okay.
why would you make four whole notes that are like it goes A B C D and then like it's not a whole note to E, right?
Okay.
I
Sure.
can't wrap my head around that. Why would anyone like why would that be set up that way? I and this is
Yeah. Yeah.
my
Yeah. Yeah.
and here's what I'm hoping. I mean, I'm hoping that like somebody clips this and like submits it to like
Sure.
/r/guitar like, and the title is "This Guy Doesn't Get It," and then there's a comment there on that Reddit post that's like 3 sentences long, something that a brain dead moron like myself can understand, and it,
Whatever.
it like perfectly encapsulates what I'm missing, and like and that would be my dream come true, but I don't know that that's gonna happen. But
Dude,
like I just don't get it. It doesn't make any sense.
it
I
doesn't make sense to me. Like, but like, okay, switching between chords, half notes, full notes. Like,
Yeah.
I've never learned that.
Oh,
I
okay,
know
okay.
switching between chords.
Sure.
Now it like if I'm understanding correctly what you're saying, it just kind of sounds like maybe like at what time do you switch between them?
No, it's like
Like, no?
so there's like this oh, fuck man, I don't fucking know. This is
Yeah,
too
we can
weird.
skip it.
This is too weird, man, and I'm trying to get it. Hang on.
Gummy.
Cuz I need more intoxicants in my body right now.
Let me find my pants.
I love poison. Like
Dude,
I
poison is so good.
I was reading a thread the other day that was like, plants evolved capsaicin, the thing that's like spicy, so that
Sure.
animals wouldn't
Oh,
want
I
to
love
eat
that.
them. Animals wouldn't want to eat them, and
Yeah.
humans are like, dude, I love that shit. And it's the same reason that the cocoa or the like plants developed caffeine,
Yeah. Ooh.
because that's
Because
poisonous to
ants don't like caffeine.
a lot. That's poisonous to a lot of animals.
Ooh.
And
Dude, I love caffeine.
it's the same for like so many things. That's why like so many intoxicants exist, is because they're poisons that plants evolved to keep things from eating them. And then
Yeah.
humans came along and were just like, I'll take a little bit of this, I'll take a little bit of that, and we just kind of like numb them all, and they're all great.
I love nomming some poison, dude.
Humans love poison. We're like,
I don't want to be that guy, but have you ever seen The Princess Bride?
oh yeah, I love The Princess Bride.
I do too.
It's a very...
Dude, the scene where the guy from Garfield, he wasn't in Garfield. They're drinking poison. He's like,
Oh yeah, and it's
uh,
like there's like 3 cups and one of them is poisoned or whatever. You're talking about at the end of the movie?
is that at the end?
I think it's like, oh fuck, man,
It's
what?
it's definitely in like the last. I'll give it quarter of the movie. Dude, that movie is so good.
It's been a while since I've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. But like, there are a few movies where I'm just like, I would watch that anytime it's on.
Right.
Yeah. Batman Begins for some reason.
For me, it's my two Lord of the Rings. Oh man, the
That's
Lord. Of... What's that?
Have you ever watched the full extended cut, like all the way through, like all 8 hours?
Of course I have, Doc.
I knew it. Me
Of
too.
course I have. Somebody put something on Instagram the other day. I think it was our friend of the priestly variety, Disciple. I love that quote. I'm trying to find it on Instagram right now. By the way, I love all your Instagrams. I love that you just document your existence and the things and what you're doing. I think it's fantastic, and I appreciate it, and I want you to keep it up.
I'm gonna keep it up. Regardless of you wanting me to do it or not. I want everyone to see my hashtag real poop faces.
Good. I think you that's important.
Me too. It's important work.
Here's the quote. I love this. I saw this on Instagram. And it's when Sam and Frodo are crossing into the when Sam says it's around the time that Sam says one more step and I'll be the farthest I've ever been from the Shire. Yeah. And they're talking about their upcoming adventure and what things might come along their way, and he says, "Folk seem to have been just landed in their adventures usually. Their paths were laid that way, but I expect they had lots of chances like us of turning back, only they didn't. And if they had, we shouldn't know because they'd have been forgotten. And the only thing I think what that means is the only thing separating great people from not great people." Is that great people are the ones that stuck with problems for longer. You know, like Einstein said, it's not that I'm any smarter than anyone else. It's just that I stick with problems for longer.
I hadn't heard that one, and I really like that.
I like it a lot, too, and I think it's very applicable, and I think the comment I wrote on Disciples' post was, even little people can do big things, and I think that's the thesis.
I love that.
I think that's the thesis.
I love you, Silver Dubloons.
I love you too.
I love you.
I think that's the thesis of the Lord of the Rings, because the hobbits were the star of the show, and they were the people nobody thought could do anything. They weren't even like a fourth.
I love the hobbits.
Like even if Mordor conquered all the lands, they probably wouldn't even given a shit about the Shire, because who cares? There's just a bunch of fucking hobbits. Why, like, they didn't even have they didn't have a stake in this. Like, it probably would have been fine for them either way, and they were the heroes.
Nobody cares about the Shire.
Right. It's like, sometimes it's the little people that can do big things. And that's I think that's what's beautiful about the Lord of the Rings. And I also loved 300, because wham, bam, fuck! Those guys got sliced up, dude. Oh, man, those fucking combat scenes were awesome. That movie was fucking so dope, and I think
300. That's a
300.
Great movie.
Oh fuck, I love that. That's that after the Lord of the Rings.
Everything about that movie is
and like historical accuracy, fucking dope ass combat scenes. Leonidas slaying and people.
Then we shall fight in the shade.
It's so quotable. This is Sparta, and he fucking kicks him down
the motherfucker in the well.
Dude, and the ending where they're all in the shield ball, and he fucking gets Xerxes in the mouth. Even a god can bleed, you know. Fucking dude, that movie is fucking. That's Lord of the Rings, 300. Those are my two. Those movies are the those are the ones.
Dude. Those are. You ever seen Sin City? Just the first one, though.
Was that the one that was black and white and yellow? Yeah.
And red. Like.
Was it
Frank
red?
Miller. He does. I like Frank Miller as like an artist, a comic book guy.
Right.
I haven't read through those, but I know that they're amazing movies.
I saw that a long time ago, and I don't. Fuck.
Sorry.
I remember enjoying it at the time, and I was like enthralled by it, but it didn't leave a huge like. I don't even remember what the movie was about. I remember he just went around and beat up bad guys, basically.
Yeah, Bruce Willis, the movie one.
Was that what it was?
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, special guest call. My doctor's calling me.
Okay, perfect.
So hold on a second.
I have a question for you that I have to answer in the next 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Would you have had that same conversation in the same way if you were not on the podcast?
No, I wouldn't. I would have been very reserved and quiet. Very matter-of-factly. I mean, that was pretty straight to the point, wasn't it?
Why are you?
I had some fun with it, Dad.
Do you think you're a different person on the podcast than you are in real life?
No.
But you just said you would have answered it. You would have.
Yeah, but I'm trying to entertain. Okay, so I've been trying this more and more
Okay.
as of late. I've been comedian Pete Holmes. Do you know him at all?
Negative. Well, I'll
Okay.
Google to see if I recognize his face. I'm more of a face guy than a name guy, you know.
Yeah. Peter Holmes. He did this, like, he had a TV show on TBS for a little bit, and he did these Batman sketches.
I've definitely seen him and stuff. I recognize his face.
Yeah, dude. He's got a show, and I think it only had like 2 or 3 seasons. And basically, what he does for money is he goes around and travels as a Christian comedian.
Christian comedian. Hot damn.
Yeah, and he makes me laugh. He got fired off the tour.
What is Christian? Wow, Christian comedy is a thing? That's a
Oh, dude, Christian anything is the thing. Hey, you want to talk about Scientology for a second?
I'm in. Go for it.
Dude, have you ever seen any movie with Tom Cruise ever?
Yes, I saw the one where he got shot by the queen bug and it sent him back in time every day.
Dude, I love that fucking movie.
What's it called?
Well, they kept renaming it. Edge of Tomorrow.
Kill. What, they renamed
or other.
it?
What was it?
Well, you said they renamed it?
Yeah, dude. That movie has, like, it's based on a manga or a comic.
Uh-huh.
Which I haven't read yet. But how did you feel about that movie?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, dude. I was entertained all the way through.
Me too. It's dope, dude. The fucking shit's dope.
Sci-fi. We did it.
I enjoyed it. It was fun.
Time travel? Tom Cruise? Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
And that's the thing. You ask most people, what are they going to say about that movie? Anybody do you remember what you've heard from other people about that movie?
Honestly, I don't read what other people think about movies and stuff because I feel it spoils. I like that. No, that's true. Like my favorite way is to go into a movie.
You talk to me all the time.
My favorite way to go into a movie.
You're one of the few people I talk to that keep my interest for more than 5 seconds.
My favorite way to go into a movie is to go in with as little knowledge as possible. And I feel like that's true for like almost any style of media. I want to know next to nothing if I can.
Give me the story as I see it, as you told me to see it.
Exactly. Don't blur me with your opinion, with your prejudices, with your fucking. I wanna judge it based on my own merits, and you know, and make my own decision based on what I see, not what you see. And then when I read somebody else's opinion, it clouds me, and it like fucks with what I think. So I try not to. I try to avoid that.
I do too.
Yeah.
As I go on in years, I find that like most things that I read, like
articles. Gotta peek. You do this.
Yeah, do it. Make that pee, my dude. So articles, like I read them, and then I start looking for sources. Like I'm looking for notes or anything, and like in this age of fake news and Donald Trump and all that, it's just like, what the fuck do I believe? I haven't done news. Like the other day when the Capitol got stormed, I didn't have internet. I was talking to that French lady, and she had to stream the fucking video from some website in Canada in order for me to see what was going on. And I think it was DC, I don't know. I've been not paying attention for some reason. But the point is like, my internet didn't work. I thought President Orange Man was gonna fucking assassinate President Biden, Uncle Grandpa Touchy, or whatever we are not gonna call him, because he's better than Orange Man. Lots of hot air. Sorry, guys. But I don't even remember the point. What the fuck was I talking about? These tangents, my dude.
Dude, my bladder is the size of the fucking a blimp, dude.
Dude, I think
The
if
brother-
I'm doing
the Brotherhood
it
of
right, I'm
Steel
peeing like
blimp.
every 30 minutes.
The Brotherhood of Steel blimp, dude. Do you remember that? Did you play Fallout 4?
I didn't. I tried to. I'm not. I don't know what it is about the Fallout series. Like, I love the story. I watch a lot of people play it, and
Next
he
time
talks about it a lot.
Next time I play Fallout 1 and 2, I want to stream it for you and have you watch. Those games
Aren't those top-down like clickies?
I can't recommend them because they're so dated and kind of horrible in that respect.
Have you seen that They Are Billions game?
Yes, I watched play it. Or
Yeah,
our
me
friend.
too, me
Fuck,
too.
sorry, I said his real name. Fuck.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's a real white name.
True.
Just don't say that his middle name is goddamn Rutherford.
Is that his real middle name?
In quotes, goddamn Rutherford. End quote.
Oh, is this
That
a
guy's middle name.
King of the Hill joke?
No. Dude, okay, so
Was
okay,
Rutherford somebody
Have you
from
ever
King of the
heard
Hill?
us- Have you ever heard anyone call Armok beef?
No.
So, okay, here's how I met Armok.
Go on.
Me and my friend, I talked about it a little bit before. He's got refill, dude. He's got a kid now. I went to high school with him. Animal Chin went to high school with him. He's got a kid now, and he is a rich white person. I have a lot of rich white person friends, and they all make fun of me for not being white.
Have I ever made fun of you for being white?
No.
Do you consider me one of your rich white person friends?
Not necessarily. I'm sure you're comfortable.
All right.
Yeah, exactly. I was alright, but then somebody stole my fucking catalytic converter.
Goddamn.
Dude, they took my O2 sensor. How is my car gonna know it's getting O2 or not? I call my car baby girl when I'm talking to her. And I'm like, baby girl, you sound like you got the fucking Rona.
I remember you said that on your Instagram. Again, for anybody who's watching. And I'm not just like
Doc Phipps at me.
A lot of people on podcasts and stuff like that, they're like,
sure.
you should follow this guy.
Follow and subscribe. Get me the notifications, Dad.
But like if you stop and like and then that's one of those like unconscious people, like a lot of people would just be like, okay, I'll go follow it. But like the reason like Doc is a real comedian, and I think he's extremely funny, and I think that you are doing yourself a disservice if you're not following on Instagram.
What's my @tag? Don't make me
I think
say
it's
it,
at
Dad. I don't
at
self-promote.
Doc.
I look down on people who self-promote.
Holy shit, you're making me do this, huh? You're making me go to the fucking homepage because I know you're gonna be there.
The entire time.
I follow like 3 people on Instagram, and I like my link to Instagram.
Dude, I love Luna.
My link to Instagram is literally your profile. So like that's like when I open up my social tab, like I have a folder full of like my socials, which is like Facebook, Twitter, all that stuff. Your link, your profile is like the only reason I open Instagram. If you weren't on Instagram, I wouldn't have an Instagram account.
I appreciate that.
And I like every single one of your posts because I genuinely enjoy them. I
love Lula the cat.
Dude,
my post is Lula the cat.
My cat is so if I
didn't like something, I didn't see it or I didn't like it.
My cat is pretty cool, and if you guys want to see pictures of my cat, who is a very beautiful cat.
Ooh, wait! Don't say your tag. Give me a minute. Give me 2 seconds.
I forgot that I was trying to find yours. Yours is Doc Phipps. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure. DOCPHIPPS. You got PP in there.
TT? Like Thomas, Tango.
PP. DOCPH. So that's like the French version of F, and then IPPS.
How dare you? First of all, I
PH
was never French.
PH is the French version of F. Why isn't it just an F?
Because it's
You
a
don't
PIH.
because it's just but it makes the F sound. Why not just replace it with an F?
I'd have to change some documentation. That would cost money, and it's unnecessary. It would make
your ancestors should have thought of this. Your ancestors should have thought of this. Those fucking
Dude, my ancestors are hill folk and Eskimo.
Wow. You ever drink whiskey?
I would never. I did tonight. How you, dude? Oh my god! What is the proof on that?
40%.
What's the brand?
40% out.
You like that.
40%
like that.
Out. I do not. First of all, I do not like this in the slightest. Come on, autofocus.
Why, dude? You've drank like half a fucking bottle.
Autofocus appears to not be.
Okay, so I prefer Wild Turkey 101 myself.
There was a sticker on the back.
Ooh,
Guess what I did, dude?
Ooh. Is that a
I put it on.
brand?
I put it on the
No
front.
name brand?
Whoa.
No name.
I took the sticker off and I put it on the front.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That's a sticker on there. Watch this.
Brandon, I'm looking at Instagram.
Dude, that's me when I was fat, dude.
I wasn't gonna say.
See, it was just a sticker. It was just a sticker.
Leave the sticker. Put it on. Oh, yeah, I love that. I love it.
I love.
Peels the sticker off. Liquor.
I love being intoxicated.
Dude,
that's what I love.
I love not being sober.
Me too. Being sober is it's almost like limiting. Do you think I remember reading a or no, it was a YouTube video. It was after school, this YouTube channel that he's this guy that takes famous talks and he like draws on a whiteboard as somebody's talking, and it's obviously like super sped up because like he does these really good jobs.
So he's drawing what the person is talking about?
Exactly, yes. It's called After School. Okay. School is spelled SKOOL.
That can't be DMCA. Show that right now. I have had a lot of Wild Turkey 101.
Sure, I'll show it. I think
I'm doing an Instagram thing at Silver Dubloons.
At Silver Dubloons, yeah.
Can you spell that for me? Because I don't think I can read right now.
At SILVER DUB Loons.
How do you spell loons?
LOONS.
Lima, Oscar, Sierra.
Don't make me do this right now.
Hashtag.
Whoops.
Yeah, post it. Stream your Instagram. Show us Lula.
How do I do this?
DMCA me, Dad.
How do I do this?
I couldn't tell you.
Here we go. Okay, this is
White Claw.
This is the guy. Look at how good he draws on this fucking whiteboard.
Oh yeah. Wait, I gotta. Okay.
The main difference between psychedelics and pharmaceuticals is really quite simple. Pharmaceuticals are intended
this
to
looks about accurate.
Surface
this guy, and anyway,
symptom management.
Yeah.
He goes on about in this particular video about how psilocybin may have contributed to the fact that humans gained advanced intelligence because it allowed them to access deeper levels of their psyche. And I mean, I fucking don't know. Like,
it's fucking interesting. That's an interesting hypothesis.
It is an interesting hypothesis, and it's interesting to think about.
Do you think he proves it, or do you think he fails?
I certainly don't think he proves it in a 35-minute video. But I think like it's something that was really interesting for me to think about.
Oh yeah. It sounds interesting as fuck, dude.
And like I definitely feel like I have this saying, right? Sure. When I have a problem, I often say to somebody who I think has experience with that problem, I need a second set of eyes on something. And that's like my introduction.
Overwatch.
Right, that's my introduction to like to say to somebody like, "Hey, I need your help."
Sure,
I want your
love you, brother.
I want your perspective. And I've probably said this to you before in the past. Maybe I haven't. Maybe I have.
Never said I need a second set of eyes on it, but
when
done
I
this
say
for you before.
when I say that for
With
well,
me, you're pretty open.
right? Maybe I've never
But I
used
have that problem with most people.
Maybe I've never used that phrase for you, but this is a phrase I have that I speak to a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
I believe you say this.
So
you have done this with me before.
So I say I need a second set of eyes on things.
Yeah,
Here's the thing about alcohol,
Gotcha,
about marijuana, about potentially. I've never tried psilocybin.
What?
I have some, and I would
do it now. Do it now.
while I'm drunk and
on camera.
And
pretend like you didn't do it, and I'll pretend like you didn't do it.
It
makes me giggle.
I'm a little.
Everything is funny.
I'm a little afraid of doing psilocybin on my own. I feel like if I would have
I'm right here, my dude. Just keep your headsets on. Multiple headsets.
You really willing to this may end up being like a 6-hour podcast.
I'm willing to do this. I am a good spiritual guide, I promise. I opened a can of White Claw. It's still full.
I need to consult my soul before I decide this, okay? Give me a moment to think. I'm doing the yoga pose. I need to think.
Upward facing dad.
Give me a moment to consider this.
My hernia.
Are we ready to do a 6-hour version of what is the name of the I forgot
to pee like something fierce.
I forgot the name of our podcast for a second. It's Poor Life Decisions.
Wait. Okay. Let me do this before I walk you through this. What's your poor life decision? Start talking about it right now.
I hadn't prepared anything for this week, so
I thought of mine earlier today.
Here's mine. Okay, here this is because we're talking a lot about drugs today.
Yeah.
I think maybe a poor life decision of mine is not investigating this area of life sooner. I never touched marijuana until I was over 30 years old.
Was it legal when you touched it?
I tried it a few times when it was still illegal. Sure. But I think that was like, the shame about that is it's like you have an experience, but it's clouded by this like, am I doing something wrong? Am I a bad person? I'm breaking
My dad was a dare cop.
I'm breaking the law right now. How like
breaking the law. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, it's like
Judas Priest.
So I have this like I'm already going into it with like a negative mindset,
Same here.
My parents always told me drugs will ruin your life. Don't do drugs.
Don't abuse them.
Meanwhile, my father's an alcoholic, right? But I don't get I don't realize that alcohol's a drug. Like, my parents taught me that
it's an intoxicant. Buddha says
caffeine is
intoxicants.
Caffeine is the most widely consumed drug in the world.
Yes.
So like
love it.
There's just like there's certain things that are like okay, and it's the older generation that are deciding this because they're the ones that have power right now, and they're the ones that are deciding policy, and they're like, this is too extreme. Okay, I'm kind of getting into weed, so let's kind of allow that, But obviously there's still. I don't think it's anyone's business what you put into your body personally, as long as you're not harming anyone else.
Body.
It's like I'm not.
No chips, please. I got a flu shot today. They put a microchip in me.
I'm in a situation right now where I'm having a day where I'm not going to the gym today. I don't need to drive. I'm not doing anything tonight. I'm probably going to play chess with my friends tonight. So why don't I get a little bit intoxicated, have a good time with my friend Davich Phipps, and
I love Brandon Dory, the famous silver doubloons pirate.
And going back to what I was saying earlier.
Crowdfund make a Patreon and crowdfund that fucking.
Can I count on you to make a Patreon? I'll work together.
Yes,
let's work together. I shouldn't put that on you. Let's work together on it.
No. That's fair.
Let's work together on it.
That's absolutely fair.
No. I'm serious. Why don't we work together on it?
I am serious. I will tomorrow.
We can do it after this podcast. By the way,
okay.
I'm still reflecting on the psychedelics. I'm just
I was
gonna.
doing something on my phone. What was I looking up? Because it was important.
Can you monologue for a few minutes while I set up some tea after having
You're setting
reflected?
up tea?
Do you
Dude,
know?
have
Do
you
you,
ever
do you,
seen that golf movie,
when I
Caddyshack?
when I say tea, do you know what I mean?
Do you have some tea leaves that you're going to brew into some drinkable tea?
No, we were talking a moment earlier about something different, and I'm going to make some tea.
Marijuana?
Ah, come on.
TH
Can
said?
you remember to like 5 minutes ago, please, and just tell me you know what I'm
trying
talking?
so hard, Dad.
What were
You're
we
making
talking?
tea?
What were we talking? Yes. What kind of tea might I be making? Don't say it out loud, but think it.
Dubloons tea?
No, no, no. It's something you may not want to say out loud.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, are you ready
You're
for
gonna
me to
make
go?
a tea out of that? That's more of a
I
soup, if
don't.
you ask me.
I really don't know any other way to utilize it. I know that it's. I know
Chomp
that.
on it, my dude.
Really, just eat it?
You got some gum you can eat after?
Gum? No. Well, yeah, I got some gum.
Yeah. You're
Just
gonna need to
eat
use
it?
that chewing as a tether to reality.
My God, I'm drunk right now, and you really think this
Me
is the?
too. If I had some, I'd do it with you. I promise.
I'm just concerned that tea is like. So what I've heard, you just want me to eat it. This stuff is like a year old. It's been in my possession for a year.
Does it look moldy? Because I hear it is a fungus.
I don't know. I haven't looked at it. Monologue for me for a minute.
Okay, so first time that I made tea, I just ate it. It was with an ex that I lived with for over 2 years, and we were in a hotel because they were in town. She was in town for a wedding, and we watched TV. We watched Star Trek. It was an episode where James T. Kirk, the captain of the USS Enterprise. Wait, no, that's Jean-Luc Picard. Wait, does Jean-Luc Picard inherit the Enterprise? Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. So anyways, James T. Kirk. What's William Shatner? That guy makes out with like an Indian boy, and they put it on TV. Like the Indian boy is laying on this pedestal, and then like the seasons won't change unless they sacrifice the boy or something like that, and then James T. Kirk like gives him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and some chest compressions, but like he's definitely kissing that boy. That's what is happening on the camera. He's just like, I'm kissing you deep with the gift of breath. And then I'm just sitting there giggling like, this is so gay. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But all I can think is just like, okay. Hey, what do you think about that? What do you think about that?
Jean-Luc Picard?
Yeah, of the USS Enterprise.
I wish I could say that I was a Star Trek guy, but I've never seen a single episode of Star Trek.
I'm not a Star Trek guy. I prefer Star Wars.
I've heard Star Trek is a fantastic show, and it sounds like something I would absolutely watch. But it also is like I have a real hard time investing into something that has like 37 seasons and 40 movies, and like
some of those movies are funny.
My concern is that I would like it.
Well, yeah, we're in times of COVID. What else are you doing? Ingest media, sir.
No, that's true. Right now, I'm actually that's not a bad idea. I should
skip some of the Star Treks though.
Oh yeah.
Deep Space Nine.
Wait, what should I start with? What should I start with?
You can't go, Dad. You can't go wrong with Jean-Luc Picard. That's Sir Patrick Stewart.
In the show titled something I could type into Google.
Dude, fuck. I don't know the title of a show other than Star Trek. Next Generation.
Star Trek Next Generation. Okay, right now I'm watching Firefly, which I'm loving.
Oh my god. Dude, I love that show. I love Firefly.
I'm doing 2 episodes a day on the bike. That's my like guilt-free media time. So I watch right now. I'm watching Firefly, and oh man, that show is that is so good. I love a space western.
Oh,
what a great idea! What a great idea! It's a fucking western in space.
Dude, I've gone to one Comic-Con. It was in Madison, and I went dressed as Jane Cobb.
No way. You could pull off a Jane Cobb.
Dude, it was like a real low-budget Jane Cobb.
Can you share those pics?
I'm about to, I promise. I'm working on it, but I'm watching The Expanse. I gotta close that. I'm not wearing my glasses.
I should restart that. Here's my man.
What's up?
I think I have a theory of media. A media is only good as long as the consumer is willing to stick with it. So 90% of the media I engage with, I do not stick with. Probably closer to like 95%, maybe even like 99%. So it's like, so I'll watch an episode of a show, and then I'll watch a few episodes, and that's like, I have like a minimal interest in it. I have like a minimal engagement with it. I have a minimal like interest in it. If I watch a show and then I have to like watch every episode of it, I have to watch all the offshoots. Like that's 100% engagement. That's like, oh my god, this is like so interesting. This is like so clever. So that's for me that's like Lord of the Rings. Whereas like the low edge would be something I've only seen a few times. I can't even think of something because it's mostly forgettable stuff. Oh, let me look at this. Wow. This is our boy. I was looking from left to right and I'm like, that's not Doc. That's not Doc. That's not. And then I was like, oh, that one's Doc on the right.
Yeah, dude.
That's you over there, dude. Oh my god, that's Joe.
Dude, look at that low budget Jane Cobb.
Jane Cobb, dude. Wow. Dude.
Hey, who's that fat kid on the end?
Dude, were you fat in this picture? You don't look fat to me.
I was a little thick.
Yeah. Dude, yeah. I used to be fat too. I know the feels.
I could, yeah, I believe.
That's so fucking cool.
What?
Jane Cobb, dude. I just saw the episode. Yesterday was the episode where he had the statue erected to him.
Dude, I love that episode.
Dude,
I
me
love
too.
Jane Cobb. He's my favorite character in that show, I think.
And today I watched the episode where he betrayed the team, but he was forgiven.
Yeah.
In the and like that was like, man, each like the cool thing about Firefly and the cool thing about shows that are good.
Yeah.
They have a lesson to teach, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
The Jane Cobb story is one of redemption, he's a character who came from, his origin was he met the crew because they were he was like a villain on a mission.
Yeah.
And they convinced him to join their side because they pay more money. And then Jane Cobb was basically a mercenary, like, as long as we keep paying this guy money, he's like a bad guy that does stuff for us. He's like our bad guy, And like, every team needs a bad guy because sometimes you have to do bad things.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially in space.
I guess not always, but I think that was their I'm trying to look at it from their perspective is what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. I'm on board 100%.
They need somebody who can do bad things because they understand that they're in a world where sometimes bad things are necessary in order for their survival. So absolutely. Jane Cobb is their bad guy, and they and then I think through that episode where Jane Cobb betrays them, he realizes that he gets pinched by the FBI, and he realizes, hey, these guys aren't here for me. The one who's really for me is my captain, and I hope that's what he learns because I haven't. That was the last.
My captain.
that was the last episode I watched today. So I think it was like really building a bond between him and what's Nathan Fillion's character's name?
Oh, jeez. I love him.
Mal.
Dude, I love
Mal.
him.
Mallory.
Mal
Is it Mal Reynolds? Reynolds.
Yeah, dude.
Like his character. Oh, I love his character, dude. Like that is
Dude,
fucking awesome.
So an interview, like when he first started doing that, he went to Joss Whedon, and he's just like, I can't play this character. Like, I'm a happy guy. And then Joss is just like, that's why I chose you. Now deal with it.
Dude, that's so cool.
Dude, I love Firefly. Like, I watched
it is a beautiful show. It's my first time watching it. I've heard it a million times that it's good, and I finally was like, okay, this is my non-guilt media time. I'm watching.
Dude, they played that on Fox. That's where it came out on. Fox
really?
TV.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. And they played it out of order. They played like episode 9 first. I watched it on the opening night. Yeah. Like, nobody, like, it was like a train heist episode. Everybody had already been introduced, but in like the first 8 episodes. Right?
Wow.
Yeah.
That is hilarious, because I hear the history of Firefly is like everyone thought it should have gotten more attention, more funding, more season, whatever, and then for some reason it didn't, and so it makes sense that like it really, like, if it's on the Fox, like the thing I know about Fox it's a very conservative kind of platform, and I would say that Firefly is a very liberal show. And
everybody spoke Chinese. Their first language was Chinese.
Fuck, I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, dude.
That makes. Oh, I mean, they're always saying it, but I like usually only in expletives. Dude, that's fucking hilarious. Why do they speak in English so often on the ship?
Well, because we speak English. Fox is very conservative.
Got it.
Like, anytime they swore, they got away with it it was Chinese.
That makes perfect sense. That's so cool. That's a cool piece of Firefly trivia that I didn't know. Sorry, I'm stumbling over my words. I'm very drunk. I've drunk a lot of whiskey.
Same here. I can't recall any of like the Chinese slang.
I don't know. That's what it usually sounds like. I totally made up. This is probably very insensitive. I'm sorry to any of our Chinese viewers, of which I'm sure we have.
Chinese. What I just said there.
Yeah.
Was, good fortune upon us all. Good fortune upon us all.
No, wait. What did I say? Did I say anything? Did I say anything as far as you know?
Dude, you said gingongs.
That sounds like right. Ginga. By the way, I went and looked at my safe.
How's your? Yeah.
What I have is a powder. Now I don't know if that's that's the result of having had it for a year, or that's how it came. I never actually looked at it before today because it was in a like sealed translucent. The opposite of translucent is the opposite of.
Pause the stream.
Translucent is the opposite of transparent, right?
Yeah. Do you still have some of it not in the tea?
No, I didn't put it in the tea because I didn't even know if it was safe to have as a powder.
Do you want to like pause the stream for a second?
Sure, we're pausing the stream. We're pausing the stream. Stop recording. Good song though, eh?
Yeah, dude. Holy fuck.
Got a nice beat.
It's a nice song.
Like a lot of video games phone it in on that shit. Yeah, that's like a Slail, it's got a very, might I say, folk sound to it.
A folk feel.
Do you see why I'm vibing with it?
I vibe with that song, dude.
Me too.
I love that song. It's a good song.
Dude, it's like I said earlier. Things that are like hundreds of years old. There's reasons they've persisted through the times, dude. Yeah. It's like we're so
keep giving them money.
We're so quick to latch onto new things because we're so excited about them. But sometimes the things that have survived a really long time are the things
Yeah.
that we need to be putting our focus and our attention into. And I think that's important to remember. Like, there's reasons things survive throughout the eternities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Think technology evolves a lot faster than humans do.
Yeah, faster than I do.
A lot faster, dude. Like I'm still the
Google's
hunter.
learning, and I'm afraid of Skynet.
I'm the hunter. I'm still like the hunter gatherer mindset. Like I have a really hard. Like I said earlier, I might be able to be consciously thinking. Like if I'm lucky,
Yeah.
like 10% of the time.
What?
How often do you think you're consciously thinking?
Consciously? I
Yeah,
would say about 50% of the time.
50% of that's like I aspire to that. Like I really think that's commendable. I think like a lot of what I do, even on this very occasion,
Sure.
like today talking to
Yeah.
you, I think a lot of what I do is subconscious, and I
here.
lament that. Like I wish that
50% of it.
I lament that. I wish I could. I wish I could be more conscious, and I strive for that. Like to be fair, though, like to be fair to myself, and to be honest to
Yeah.
myself, like
Yeah.
I think that a year, like maybe like 5 years ago, it might have been 1%. You know what I mean?
I believe that.
So I'm trying
yeah.
to. I'm trying
Yeah.
to
Absolutely, I get that.
improve over time.
28 is when I became a human.
20, dude. What percentage were you at 28?
I'd say 60-40.
60-40. So you were 40% conscious. See,
Yeah.
I haven't even choose that. I haven't even choose that. Do you think I'm a human?
Yeah.
Do you think I? Do you think
Captain,
I?
my captain.
Do you think I consciously like think about you and your feelings and who you are as
Yeah.
a person?
Yes. Uncomfortably so.
I do love
Forehead
you.
kisses, huh?
So when what do
Thanks,
you
Captain.
when you say you love somebody, what does that mean to you?
I care about you.
Right. That's
I
kind
talk
of
to like a total of 10 people.
right. Like so when I say I love somebody and I love you, like when you have lamentations, when you like I feel bad, and when you have successes, I feel good. So that's yeah. So that's like that's what I mean when I say I love somebody. So that's why I tell my friends that I love them, because I want them to feel like their successes are my successes. Because I think for me, like I'm the support class IRL. You know what I mean?
Same.
Right.
Same.
Like I'm the type of person who I feed off of others' success more than I do my own. So I want my friends to succeed. So I want them to be the best people that they can be, because that's where I derive my value from, is my friends. And when
my
my friend
entourage doesn't succeed, I don't succeed.
right, if my friends are doing well, I'm doing well. Is the other way I would put it. Like that's like we all rise together, we all fall together. That's why we all have
Together
to
we stand, divided we fall.
exactly. So we all have to work together, and as a community, as friends, we will all rise or fall together, and that's up to us. And so we are only as strong as our strongest link, and we are only as weak as our weakest link. So we all have to rise together, or we die alone. That's how I think of it.
Yes. I think of it that way too.
Yeah.
But I also think that most gears grind my gears, so I tend to stay away from them.
Sorry, say that again. Years grind your gears.
Gears. Most other people, when they try to interact with me, they try to mesh with my gear. It grinds. It's unpleasant. With you, it doesn't. It doesn't grind. It's just pleasant.
Right. Like you and I have a really, really good rapport, and I love you so much, Doc, because I love you. I like
You're my brother.
I feel like I talk to you like I talk to my brother, and I want to talk to him like you and I
want to talk to Justin.
I want to talk to him.
I want to talk to that guy or Donnie.
But
I want to know people who know you.
I do
and
too.
We'll talk shit about you.
And like I messaged my brother earlier about performing on the podcast.
Tell him
today.
what you did. Tell him what kind of tea you made.
He said he's still at work.
Well, okay, that's fine, right?
No, of course it's fine, but it's like the relationship you and I have. I feel like should be the relationship like. Well, I mean,
Everybody
I
should
don't.
have, right?
I don't want to say like you and I like if I say that, then I'm kind of saying like you and our relationship is perfect, and I don't
I
want
wouldn't say it's perfect.
No, and we work on it like because
We're nice to each other.
perfection.
I actively strive to be nice to you.
Right, perfection is a goal you
I treat people the way they treat me.
Right, perfection is a goal you strive towards, never one you achieve. So we have to be conscious of that. We're not perfect. But
never.
But I really do love the way that you and I are able to communicate and are able
Same.
to
Absolutely.
So
100% agreed.
Yeah. So that's
only person I've ever podcasted with.
Right, and it's you and I have an honesty and an openness towards each other that is it's hard to achieve because I find a lot of people are very defensive. I find a lot of people are
very defensive.
Do you think you're a defensive person? I don't think you are.
Why do you think that?
I think you're a very
You don't attack a lot. People are always attacking.
Right. You to me
I want to make people laugh.
To me, a defensive person is one who's like when I challenge one of your ideals or one of your ideas or one of your values, you're not somebody who's like, "Fuck you!"
How dare you? How dare you? Fuck you, fag.
Right. You're not one of those persons. You're one of those people who's like, maybe I should think about this a different way, or you provide a counter as an example for why you think the way you do. Like you have, like you've clearly thought about your positions in life. You've clearly thought about the way you approach your life in general.
Same to you.
And you're somebody who clearly has values that you express in your everyday life. And I appreciate that in people.
Same.
I really think the day my life changed significantly was the day I wrote my values down. I made a Google Doc full of
dude, Google Docs knows how to learn.
I love Google Docs. And it's full of the things that I value, because if I write that shit like for me, if I write something down, it's a way to commit it to memory, because I'll remember that I wrote it more than I remember that like hearing things doesn't like immediately register like so much of the stuff I've heard in my life.
Dude,
I don't remember
hearing
it.
Problems.
Well, even this
but hear through metal devices.
But like even the stuff I have heard
that about you.
Hearing sucks. It is what it is. But like hearing doesn't register in my memory the same way as visuals do.
I bet smell hits you a lot.
I do love my tea. I do love my
Hey, how much you got of that?
I have
wrong on the
I have a candle that when I go to when I go to take a shower, I always turn on lo-fi hip hop radio beats to relax, study to. Nice. And I engage my candle.
I love that.
Yeah, me too. Man, it's so relaxing. My problem is like
I worked to that. I did customer service to lo-fi hip hop beats.
Once
I kept saying cool.
Dude, cool.
Yeah, and then they didn't ask me to work there anymore. They sent it to India.
I have a fun story about working customer support that makes me like almost cry whenever I think about it.
I want to hear it, but I also have to pee.
Go pee and I'll tell it.
Okay, I'll watch it in the replay when I edit
it. Do it. Okay. So I used to work for this company that sold digital whiteboards to schools. And there was a teacher that called in, and she had a problem with her whiteboard. It wasn't working the way that she expected it to. And it was a pretty technical problem. I don't remember the exact details, but eventually I got it fixed for her. And the lady was super sweet, and she was so thankful that I had gotten this problem solved for her. And obviously, you know, I don't want to make it sound like I'm some hero or whatever, but like she was thankful, and she got her whole class because she was calling from the school and she was trying to get it work while she was in front of her class. She got her whole class to say thank you, Brandon, and I thought that was so sweet, and I almost cried when she did it, and it still tears me up to when I think about it. So she was a real like making that kind of gesture towards somebody was like, and somebody like so small as myself, somebody who is like just basically an on the phone guy who is trying to help people. It really meant a lot to me, and I still think about that, and when I think about things that I'm most grateful for and most happy for. So she was that was a real memorable moment for me. And I think this tea's starting to hit me. I hope Doc gets back soon. I miss him. I love Doc so much. What a fucking... Doc is so funny, and Doc is so, like... I think he's one of the smartest people I know, even though he, like, he lets people make him think he's not smart. I think he's, like... Man. I would, I really look up to him. I really do. Here he is.
And
Hey,
what a
mate.
story it was.
Dude, you have perfect timing. I just got finished.
I can't wait to hear it.
Dude, I believe you're gonna listen to it. I think you're gonna like it.
Dude, I believe that also.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell
Hey,
yeah, brother.
I'm making
What?
tea. I'm
Hulk-
making tea.
Are you making a different kind of tea, or are you making the same kind of tea?
It's mint.
I'm so glad you're here with me, Doc. I love you so much.
I love you too, brother.
Dude, you're my best friend. After Lula. I have to Lula I literally like kiss her every day, and I snuggle her tum tum, and I wake up with her. I have to give her the top spot. But
I would never accept the top spot. I couldn't.
She's my special little girl. But Doc, you are my best human friend. I will tell
Dude,
you
oh,
that.
Captain, my Captain.
I appreciate
I
your
would
company.
follow you to the
I
ends
think-
of the earth and beyond.
I
to
appreciate
space.
you. I really do.
Khajiit will suck dick for skooma?
Dude, Silver Dubloons, famous space pirate. Coming to stores February 2018. Wait, 2028. 2028.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I forgot what decade we were in. Dude, we just changed decades. Forgive me. It was like a year ago. We changed decades.
I'm so fast, I couldn't tell. Dude, there was this... Okay, so when... I gotta get my tea, but here's the thing. When I would do stand-up, when Trump got elected... Okay, here's my joke for 2016. 2016, we did it. We're not legal, but we're still gonna get fucked by Trump. 2017, I'm like, am I early? What year is this? And I would wait until the crowd would answer. They'd be like, 2017. I'm like, oh, thank God I'm still early. 2018, I was like, we did it. We're legal. We can legally get fucked by Trump.
Nice.
And then 2019, I got off that. 2020, I was just like, where's my fucking stimulus check?
Dude, it was a wild time.
Dude,
Donald
here we are in
Trump?
2021.
Donald Trump? How
Donnie
did he
J.
how did he get to be president?
Dude, Donnie J is a fucking straight G.
Donald Trump
He does business. That's what he does. Donald John Trump.
He ran the country like a business, and then people were surprised when he didn't give people respect or give them money when things bad happened to them. You know, it was kind of the wake up call for people who don't believe in collectivism, I think.
Why?
We all got to work together.
Well, yeah.
That's
for
I think
sure, I agree, but
that's what we've learned. Like we can't be individualists. We all have like that's what Donald Trump taught us. Like you can look at Donald Trump like, oh, there's a
well, I look at him like I look at Reagan.
what do you think of Ronald Reagan?
Think of trickle down economics.
Do you know that 64% of Americans were in favor of him when he left office?
Well, yeah, he went fucking crazy.
Yeah, he had dementia,
He was
right?
still Ronald Reagan.
He like I think it was like 6 years after his presidency. I was reading about this today because I've been playing Wasteland 3, and there's a faction in Wasteland 3 who are like Reagan, like
I love peeing down on people.
It's great. I've been loving this game so much.
I think that's the best way that we can conquer America.
So
and
I
Russia
think
at the same time.
a lot of people like were a lot of people were in favor of this. This was like the way people thought back then. And to be fair,
sure.
in like I was reading his Wikipedia article today. Actually, it's because it's funny. It's funny you bring him up. Like people were massively in favor of him, both conservatives and progressives. He was
an actor.
He was president of the Screen Actors Guild. He was trying to rout out communists while he was there. Perhaps an informant for the FBI as well.
Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, and wow. He had quite a storied history. He was a fascinating person.
I believe.
And
I'm fascinated by him.
I think now we're learning like so trickle down economics. Maybe it was different. Maybe it was different in the 90s. Maybe there was a different like
I wasn't really cognizant of it yet.
Maybe there was more of a notion of like, let's share what I make, but today it feels like more people are like, I need to keep what I make. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
the
we were talking about earlier, the Elon Musks, the Jeff Bezos of the world. You know, these are guys who have the ability to make major change in the world, or even major change within their own empires. Like Jeff Bezos could easily take care of all of his employees and make sure that they all have good health insurance. Yeah, they're all making a good livable wage. He easily could do that and still be like an extremely wealthy person. But instead he chooses to, hoard that for himself. And I feel like that's
get to Mars, baby.
He has his own spacefaring company, right? Blue something? Blue.
If he does, I haven't heard of it.
Jeff Bezos.
I've heard of SpaceX.
Hang on, let me Google.
I gotta get my tea.
Jeff Bezos Space Company.
Right now.
Blue Origin is Jeff Bezos' space company, and I hadn't heard about this until a few years ago. Yeah, but Jeff Bezos is trying to get into space too. Seems like all these rich guys are trying to get off the planet. It's like they know something bad's gonna happen, and they're trying to figure out what the next plan for the human species is. It's like I wonder what's up with that kind of notion. I wonder if they know something that maybe we don't. I think it's pretty clear that we as humans, maybe we have a limited time on this planet. It's either the case that civilizations always end up destroying themselves, or we haven't figured out faster than light travel, because otherwise we would have been contacted by other civilizations by now. So one of those two things is true, and I don't know. Who knows? We'll figure it out. I was saying that either we haven't figured out, either civilizations destroy themselves regularly, or we haven't figured out FTL travel.
Faster than light?
Yeah.
What?
Because if one of those two things,
we have? Do you think we have?
No civilization has, I should say. Because if
know.
one of those two things wasn't true, we'd have probably met other species by now, right?
Maybe they're just staring at us and being like, look at those immature motherfuckers. They haven't
So-
even conquered faster than light travel.
But like,
Mass Effect?
maybe if faster than light travel doesn't exist,
Sure.
then the other alternative is maybe like civilizations just always destroy themselves. And that's why like
Yeah.
we've never made any friends in the cosmos. Because the
Gross.
cosmos is pretty fucking big, and if people had faster than light travel, we'd probably have some sort of
Do you
communication with
think
other species by
Chewbacca
now.
Wookiee would still be with Han Solo?
Chewbacca Wookiee?
Yeah.
Would be okay, explain what you mean by that question.
Do you think that Han Solo would still save Chewbacca for being a slave, and Chewbacca would be like, I'm a Wookiee and all, but like I have a life debt?
Han Solo was a man. Han Solo was a man who had values for sure.
Love him to death
He
and beyond.
he cared about the people he took care of and who took care of him. I think he was also a very practical man. So I really think it would have depended on the situation, to be perfectly honest.
I speak Wookiee, fuck off.
Dude, I don't speak any fictional language. Oh, I speak whale, I guess.
It's a different tonation, dude.
It's not coming through. My broadcast software is picking it up as a noise. It's not coming
Dude,
through.
we don't want to broadcast to the ocean. Then they'll know what we're doing.
Dude, what if we were the first podcast specifically for whales? We would have 100% of the marketplace, dude.
Spend your seashells on us.
Spend
Subscribe
them.
to Patreon.
Free croissant.
Croissant? You never had a croissant? You paid $4.95? Here's a croissant. I'll mail it to you.
Dude,
Stamps.com.
bakery. I love baked goods.
They're so good.
Have I told you I've been
Love
making
starch.
bread?
Yeah, dude, you've been making bread like you're depressed.
What makes you say that? Do depressed
I don't know,
people
you're
make
making
bread?
a surprising amount of bread. Every day you're just like, I made another bread.
I've made bread 3 times, okay? I made bread when
Mhm.
so Animal said I should try this bread recipe, and I'm like, okay, dude, whatever. Like I'm living off the Jim Carrey yes man philosophy, you know.
Yes.
Let's make bread, baby.
Hey, we watched that movie once.
I know.
Bread, I love bread.
I took it to heart, baby. I didn't fucking. This philosophy is why I started working out. This philosophy is why I made that chessboard. This philosophy is why I started growing
that's
a
a
fucking
nice
pepper. This is like really that movie really has helped me, and I'm really thankful that you introduced me to it. So
Hey.
no cap at all. And
I would never cap.
no,
Capital punishment is beyond me.
who would? So, what was I talking about?
Fucking Jim Carrey. Yes, man. You've been yesing stuff more.
Oh, bread. So this is why I've been making bread. I've only made bread 3 times, but I talk about it all the time because really I love it.
Bread.
First of all,
Yeah.
okay, making bread, it's a ritual. I feel like
It is.
I feel like rituals are good.
Yes.
Which is funny because I hate so many of the rituals I grew up with, including Christmas.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Christmas?
It was the most disappointed I've ever seen my mother.
I
And
feel
it made
like
me happy.
for me, Christmas was the time when everything became like everything was laid out on the table.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Christmas was was the time when there was the most deception, but I think like I was very comfortable around deception. There was like a
Did you believe in Santa Claus?
well, I think I did for like maybe 8 or 9 years of my life.
Sure.
Christmas was like, I'm having a really hard time putting this into words, but like
Hmm.
it
I have
was
a
a
picture of me and my dad on Christmas morning, and we both are just like standing there, like, why the fuck are we awake right now?
it was like a coming together of families, which I can
Yeah,
see in a lot of contexts being a good thing,
sure.
but maybe not in my context. And like
Why?
my family was very there was a lot of things I loved about my family, and
Yeah,
but there was a lot of things that
I don't talk to my family a lot.
right, like I find it very hard to connect with for example my mother, who I love
Sure.
to death.
Yeah,
I
I
love
can tell.
I love my mother so much. She's very important to me. But
Yeah.
like I find it so hard to connect with her because
Why?
we think in ways like that were designed by generations that are like 30 years apart. You know what I mean?
Gross. Yeah.
Like I was a very rebellious teen, and
Yeah. I hear.
what am I trying to say? I'm trying to put
You
this
were a
in.
rebellious teen. You love your mother.
I was a rebellious teen. I love my mother. I I feel like it's very hard for me to say now like I love
Yeah.
you, mom,
Why?
even though I want to say that all the time,
Yeah.
because it's like
Do you think it would
it
be needy or clingy or something like that?
I feel like it's like not the person that I was, and so it's hard for me to be that person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like
Because that's
it's
not
like a
you,
change.
or
Not because it's not me. Like I do love my mother to death, but it's just like I know she's not the person to like really be clingy towards me either.
sure.
So we're like I think we both know it, but we don't like say it to each other often enough, but maybe we should.
Why?
Just to let each other know. I think we both need to hear it more often.
Well, why don't you say it to your mom right now?
I do love
Why don't
my
you tell your mommy you love her?
I do love my mom very much. She's been like she's been a very consistent source of like love for me and a very
Sure.
consistent source of
I've met
nurturing.
very nice moms before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my mom a lot.
There's nothing wrong. I love it when I burn my mouth. Um, Dude, you love your mom. That's good. I've loved moms before.
Were they MILFs, dude?
Dude, the lady I'm talking to right now, MILFing AF, if you ask me.
Dude. Man.
Dude, I got COVID tested. They took a pint of my blood. They're
A
testing me.
pint?
Half a pint. At least
How
a
much
pint.
is a pint
They
in
took so much of my blood. My favorite part about it was like watching it squirt into the vial.
How much is a pint in non-Liberty units? 1 pint.
Non-Liberty?
One.
Half a quart, I think.
That's also a Liberty unit. 1 pint, 2
Oh,
liters.
whatever. Don't you do the metric system?
1
Half
pint
a
is
quart?
about 1 pint is about a half a liter. For you
They took
non-Americans
like
listening.
half of a liter. A fourth of a liter is what they took from me.
A fourth of a liter.
Yeah,
That's a lot of
yeah.
blood. Yeah.
Dude, I was feeling mighty high in the
Blood
doctor's office.
blood probably weighs about as much as water, right?
Same liquid.
So you lose a quarter of a pound, baby. Nutrition.
I don't want to get this MILF sick.
Man, a quarter of a pound? Like when you think about how much that like somebody who
They took a quarter pound of me?
So when somebody like gets shot by a gunshot in a movie and you see all that blood pour out, that like that first like quarter of a second, that's gotta be a quarter of a pound, man. So they must need a lot of those to fucking help out one guy who's been wounded, you know? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if those are perfectly accurate to real world wounds.
If somebody gets shot and they're still running around, I'm like, I don't believe it. Like, okay, I'm watching The Expanse.
Right.
There's a scene where like this Earth diplomat is with her hired bodyguard spy, and then this other Marine from Mars.
Right.
And then the Earth diplomat spy gets shot in like the tummy area, and he's not moving around a lot, but he is returning fire. They're stuck down behind a table, and it's very believable.
This is my theory on why the Game of Thrones was so popular. Like in so many movies,
could die.
In so many movies, yeah, like there's so many people that are like invulnerable. You know they are because like I'm watching Firefly right now. I know Nathan Fillion's character is not gonna die whenever he gets shot or cut up because he's the main fucking character. But like
he's the protagonist.
He's the protagonist. He's not gonna die, you know. Like whenever something bad happens to him, I already know like, oh well, they're gonna figure this out by the end of the episode.
Yeah.
And like Game of Thrones was one of the first big stories to be like, fuck that to that idea. Like we are gonna have no main characters. There are gonna be people that, you know, like shit just happens to them, you know.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like that was I watched a talk about why some of Shakespeare's shit was so popular, and it was like, this was just stories of shit that happened to people. It was like none of I
heard that.
Right, it was like Shakespeare just wrote like shit that would happen under the circumstances that he drew out, and that was like the most clever way to because it's not like
how about that Mercutio fellow,
dude? Like, what about the guy who was behind the curtain? And the guy fucking just stabbed him, and he just died for no fucking reason. And he was just like, it was just like,
somebody stabbed Mercutio.
Was it Mercutio? I can't remember the fucking names, dude. It's been a
Shakespeare. I hear they're all vampires.
What? I don't remember that. Macbeth was a vampire.
Hamlet is about vampires. I hear.
Dude, I didn't know that, but that's fucking super dope.
I didn't know either. I don't know if that's true.
But my point is like, and this is like the theory this is like how I run my D&D too. Like it's just like the characters in the story decide what happens, but like the world is just a set of shit that happens to you, you know, and you as the character, like, or you as the person decide how you react to it and how you. So like that's just the fucking way it works. Shit just happens. That's how life works. You know? Nobody has any control over anything. This is all fucking incredible like chaos. You like, you know, you have a set of control of how you react to things and like certain things, but like for the most part, people have very little control over their lives.
They do.
I feel like I just went on one of my mega tangents. Do you know the megafauna? Do you know the megafauna from like the historic period, like when there were beavers that were like the size of hippopotamuses? Do you know this? There were beavers. There were beavers the size of like modern day hippopotamus.
They looked like beavers, but they just were huge.
Yes, they were enormous. Megafauna.
Fuck. I've never encountered or thought about megafauna beyond poison ivy from Batman.
There were like enormous.
Or maybe King Kong.
Yeah, enormous. Shit was enormous, dude. It's insane.
Whew. Yeah, I believe in it. I believe that existed at one point. It might still somewhere in some tropical climate, but not here.
Loch Ness Monster, maybe. Who knows?
Dude, cephalopods in the fucking loch?
Didn't they drain the Loch Ness at one point to search for
I may have said that once to you, and it may have been wrong. I don't think they have. I looked it up. I tried to find something on it recently, like within the last year or something. It's like, no, they didn't drain Loch Ness. It seems dragged
It seems unlikely to me,
They're
like
drugged,
the thing about like
dragged,
the Bigfoot story and the Loch Ness monster story
trolled.
is like,
Yeah,
why would there ever be like one of a species? You know, there's
it was
like,
locked in a underground cavern in
but
a
that
frozen ice tomb.
that doesn't make any sense.
Whatever.
That's not a good
Global
story.
warming warmed up the Nessie, and Nessie came out.
Not a good story. They should have like
They're cold-blooded. They fucking lived underground in an ice pod. He was swimming in place, and then tectonic plates were shifting around, and then he got shifted underground, and thank God for that ice covering.
I'm not buying it.
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
buying. I'm not
Yes,
buying
sir.
it. I'm not buying
Not
it.
in Nessie's favor, is what you're saying. They're cold-blooded. They're lizards. Have you ever seen a chicken?
I have
Chickens
seen a
are
chicken.
raptors 100%.
I live in Nova Scotia, dude. There's places I can go and feed
Yeah.
chickens. If I want to, I can feed a chicken tomorrow. Can you feed a chicken tomorrow?
Well, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could find a place and feed a chicken.
Never mind then. I'm sorry that I
You challenge my chicken
I'm sorry that
feeding ability?
I'm sorry that I gate kept. That was not very polite of me. I kind of gate kept the chicken feeding community.
Fuck you, I'll find a chicken to feed. Don't gatekeep my chicken feeding ability. Please, Dad.
It's also winter here. I think most of the chickens are indoors.
Some here.
Yeah.
There's like I actually called my my insurance because my car's in the shop for 2 days,
Mm-hmm.
and we have a winter weather advisory here. I think there's
Okay.
1 to 2 polar vortexes opening up over Wisconsin again.
What is
And,
a polar vortex?
So I hear they originate on the poles. It swirls. They're hurricanes of just cold weather. And we had one 2 years ago, and let me tell you, lots of snow. And it was
Polar
cold.
vortex.
Yeah, glad I bought a coat that was.
Was it worldwide?
No.
Was it
It was
just
in
on the pole?
Wisconsin though.
I need you with me, Doc. Are you with me?
I'm here. Soy key. Me
You're
and my
not
goat.
going anywhere, right?
No, if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Are we live right now?
I hope so. Are you feeling okay? Is that what's going on? You're having some doubt?
No,
What are you doubting right now, Silver Dubloons? Captain, no captain. My captain, no captain. What are you?
If
what
you
is in your
if
brain?
you sense doubt, then I have no doubt that there
I
is
don't.
doubt. If you
I sense that you feel doubt, but I don't sense
so
doubt.
if you sense that there is some doubt in me, what do I doubt? Because I trust you.
I couldn't tell you.
I trust you. If you feel like there's some doubt,
You're very good at hiding it. You have a good poker face, my captain.
Sometimes I worry that I think a lot about how I am myself, but who is me? You know, like you have your idea of who I am, and that is alike no one else's idea of who I am. You know what I mean? Like you don't see me the same way as anyone else does. Everyone has their own idea of who Silver Dubloons the human being is.
Yeah.
So I am a million different people to a million different people. You know what I mean?
From the next day, I can change. I know. Oh, whoa.
Dude, it's
whoa.
It's like, do you ever
I know
think
what you're saying.
like, it's so weird because
it's a bittersweet symphony, my dude.
You know, there's a lot of people out there who will see one thing about somebody and they'll instantly draw a conclusion about them. Let me
ask you this.
Like you've got a diagram that's supposed to be 100 points, and you've got point 1 and you've got point 100, and so you can immediately draw a line between those two. But who knows what the line looks like in between? You know what I mean?
Represents, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this incredibly personal question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say a phrase. I don't care how many words. Describe me now.
Doc, I think you're a very honest, loving, friendly,
Friendly.
You're clever.
I would never.
You're smarter than you. The thing I think always about you is that you're so much smarter than you think you are. You're one of the
I'm
smartest.
afraid of how smart I am.
You're a very smart person, and I think like I wish you applied that more. To be perfectly
I'm trying to
honest,
monetize making people laugh somehow. That's my project.
it doesn't have
It's
to
a
be.
forever
It doesn't have
project.
to be monetization. It's just like I want like you know how I said. Do you remember how I said one day you and I would take a road trip across the United States?
Hmm.
You remember me talking about that? Like
Yeah.
I want to do that, and I want to take you into like a club in every city in the United States, and I want to like see how like because like I think you absolutely have
This is
the
me.
I
This
think
is me right now.
right.
This is it.
I think that's how you I think that's what you need to do, and I think that's the next step on your journey. But I don't think you're gonna do it on your own. I think you need somebody to be there with you, and I think you need somebody to take, help you out on that journey. And
Here, Dad.
right, it's like it's a hard thing to do independently, is to be that guy.
It is. It's terrifying. I don't like it. I'm afraid of it.
And it's like I'm worried that like, and like I think this would be even if it turned out to be a disaster,
I love disaster.
at least we'd have a story.
I love stories.
Right? And like what's the
I
worst
love poor life decisions.
what's the worst that can happen? What's like what would happen if I came down and we got into a car and we drove around and the car broke down, we had to hop a train to a different city, and we had it's all just a fucking experience.
Yeah.
It's all just a fucking experience. Who cares? Just have some fun with it.
I don't. Yeah, honestly, that's the only time that I enjoy anything. So when I choose, people are constantly like trying to talk to you. I had an Uber yesterday. Or was that today? I dropped my car off, and I got an Uber home, and the guy, like, it was silent for like the first 10 minutes of our drive. And he's like, "So I'm dropping you off at the gas station. Why am I doing that?" I'm like, because I need to refill on nicotine and chocolate milk.
Nice.
And he's just like, wow, so, like, I can't remember what he asked. All I knew is that he was hitting on me and it was uncomfortable for me. That's what I felt from the conversation.
Were you flattered?
Honestly, yes.
I think that's like I've had guys hit on me, like, well, I've had one that I couldn't remember.
Sure.
Guy hit on me, and like that's how
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, that's like. And the funny thing was, when it happened to me, I didn't realize it at the moment. Like the dude was
I have that problem.
The dude was like, "Oh, we should hook up on Facebook later, and just
okay.
chat." And I was like, "Yeah, dude, let's sure, maybe we could." And like in my mind, I was thinking like maybe we could play Overwatch together or something. But then later, I would start to think about it, and I was like, "Oh, this dude
wants to see my wiener."
That right, this dude wants to fuck me." And I was like, "Okay, that's cool, but like that's not my thing, dude. But you do you." And
Sure,
and that's cool. It's just like they're doing their thing, you're doing your thing. It's all, but it's like it's cool. It's like you don't get approached to be in like I always think of it as an honor to be invited into somebody's circle. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like we recently had an experience, you and I together, where we experienced trying to go into a different culture.
Who did we do?
Do you remember that? Do you remember when we tried to go into the strike force and we made some friends?
Yes.
And it turned out
a guild of over 130 active members.
Right, and for me, it turned out that I didn't really feel like I fit in, and I felt like also I didn't really belong in a certain sense.
I don't
Um,
belong most places.
but it was still a cool experience, and I don't
Yeah,
begrudge anybody from it. And I think
I don't either.
I probably owe a lot of those guys I probably should stop in sometime and say
I
hello. And
trolled them on New Year's.
did you? What did you do to them?
I was playing some music. I think it was the Six Flags Theme Park America. Great, the theme song.
Yeah.
The Venga Bus. The Venga Bus is coming. I went in there and I was playing that over my speakers. And I screamed, Happy New Year! And everybody's just like, dude, turn your mic off, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that everybody hated the Venga Bus in here.
Venga bus.
I did leave. I was trying to be respectful, but also, the Venga Bus is coming.
I remember that.
And I say, putty doody.
Dude,
I'm full of vibe. Everybody hates it.
I love vibing.
Me too.
Yeah.
But, it's clicky. It's clicky. When you get a large group of people are going to be clicky. I treat people the way they treat me.
I tend to be the same. Like I'm very like I made a new friend recently, and I like the guy who I go to who has a gym in his house. Who lets me go to his gym. He just got recently a new roommate, and I was worried like this is gonna be a weird relationship because he's kind of like half renting the house. So if I go to the it's like I like so what I decided to do was like I'll just make him a friend. And that way he's not gonna care if I'm in his. So what I did was like I just like treated him really nice, and like I like and like I wanted to learn more about him, so I asked like where he works, and I'm like,
cool.
And this is like I think this is the key to life. You just gotta like if you can be friends with people, that opens up so many opportunities, man.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. I'm
Yes.
just an asshole. If it doesn't make me laugh, then I have a hard time getting interested.
Dude, I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. Interest. It's a weird thing. It's a funny thing if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. It's
Have I talked to this person you're talking to or about at all?
Remind me what I was talking about. My mind is like
You're talking about your
very
your
present.
Your gym's roommate.
No, you definitely have not. He's a new person in my life.
Sure.
And he's I introduced both him and the guy who I was going to the gym with to Rocket League. We've all started playing Rocket League together.
Dude. I'm sorry we don't play that more. I'm sorry.
Rocket League is
like chess. That takes a lot out of me.
Rocket League is so much fun. I
love that game.
There's nothing that gets me emotionally invested like Rocket League.
Dude.
Like I feel like I'm in the car. I'm like I'm driving around I'm legit hitting the ball.
Hey, let me ask you this. Where are you on aerials, like hitting the ball out of the air?
I'm at the extremes. So if I'm in net and I understand that the only way I'm going to block this shot is if I do it in the aerial, I will attempt one and succeed probably 20 to 30% of the time. That's where I am on aerials.
Okay. It sounds like you and Animal Chin are about the same place, if I'm being honest.
Right. I would approximately agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so Rocket League. I'm playing a lot of 3 tournaments right now, right?
Yes.
Animal Chin's one of them. Armok's the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Animal Chin hates me.
Do you think he hates you? I don't think he hates you.
It's a mutual hatred.
Would you?
Respect.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say hate, like mutual hatred is love.
Yeah, sure. Yes, I agree.
Right.
And it is there. That is what that is.
Yeah.
If there's one guy that I'm always just like, I'm not a very competitive person.
Mm-hmm.
There are very few things, like, I'm funny. That's the only thing that I'll ever tell you that I'm better at you than ever. I'm cute and I'm funny. Those are the two things that got going for me. But Animal Chin, like, the way that he talks shit is so specific and so just to the point. And he's that guy writes jokes for me.
Sure,
I have gone up on stage. I have told jokes that he has told me to tell on stage, and people laugh at it, and then I will be like, my friend wrote that joke, and I fucking hate it. I hate that he's funnier than me, and nobody laughs. All the other comedians are just like, yep. Yep. He's very rarely wrong.
Yeah.
He's very funny. He's a giant asshole.
He's very smart.
I forget the point. I went off on a tangent.
Animal Chin is a genius, is what we're trying to say, and we're stroking his ego right now.
Very autistic, if you ask me.
Autistic? You can't say that.
Mm-hmm.
2021. What year is it? 2021. I got it right this time.
Autist. That guy's on a spectrum. On a spectrum.
I mean, I think like I legit think you could diagnose like Elon Musk with autism.
Oh, for sure.
Like Bill Gates, autist.
Yeah, there's a
I think like
focus on menial tasks that make them money.
My point is like autism is like I think what autism is like an exception to the norm societally. Yeah. So it's like that's like whatever. Who cares? Like I think Albert Einstein probably would have been considered an autist.
Dude, he figured out the theory of relativity.
Relativity, dude. The
Energy
guy
equals mass times, what does C stand for?
The speed of light. I don't know how that works.
Jesus Christ! Why is that the notation for the speed of light?
Dude, none of that shit makes any sense. I was thinking about some of this earlier today, and what was I thinking about? I was thinking about I don't know, but like, I'm talking to you over a technology that I don't understand. I've never even
same here.
I've never even met you in person. Like
no.
As far as I know, you could be like. You could literally be a digital construct. You might not even be like I've only witnessed you.
Sometimes I'm afraid I'm a digital construct.
I've only witnessed you in forms of like pixels and like audio coming through my headphones, which could all exist like digitally. You know what I mean?
Does that terrify you?
It doesn't terrify me, and I don't even necessarily think that it's like true. I actually don't think that it's true at all.
I don't either.
But it's like it makes me think of that kind of thing, and it's like it's weird that we live in a world where I wonder if it's like an uncanny valley type of thing, like where you're like I know you're a person, but at the same time I've never met you in person. I don't actually know that you're like an actual like
it's uncanny to describe it in a word.
Yeah, it's uncanny, and that's like it doesn't mean that like it's it's not necessarily a horrible thing, but it's weird to think about it like that, you know? Yeah.
Altered states of mind often breed, development or growth, if you ask me. Not that that's, I mean, it is related, but it wasn't related directly to what you said. But it sounds like we're going that way.
Altered state of mind. I'm in a very altered state of mind right now, if you know what I mean.
What level of tea do you have left there?
It's all gone.
It's finished? Yeah.
By the way, we've been live for 3 hours and 14 minutes.
Dad, you said 6, so we're halfway there.
Let's see. Have you checked the chat lately?
No.
It's just you and I chatting still, so we're.
I see 3 in the thing.
3 is Corrupt still here? Dude,
I have no idea how to tell if Corrupt is still here.
I want to message
Corrupt,
him
say
on.
word if you're still here, dude.
I want to message him on
Chat us.
Discord.
At me, dude.
But I also don't want to display that DM conversation on the stream.
That's fine. Just don't stream your screen.
Dude, good idea. I'll put it to the be right back screen, the one with like the image of the ship and silver
Dude,
doubloons.
have you started making cards for us? Oh my god, dude. That's I'm making tea. Leave that up. Leave that up.
Dude,
I'm making tea.
I'm gonna message Corrupt right now. So for those of you who don't know who watch this podcast, I sometimes do, or I used to, I don't really do it anymore. I do sometimes a Twitch stream.
No.
Usually like, I used to play Warzone, but the thing is,
Yeah.
if I stream Warzone, I get like 40 to 50 FPS, more like 30 to 50 FPS. If I'm not streaming, I get like 90 to 70.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to fucking...
That game's kind of intensive, I hear. A lot of gigabytes to it.
Yeah,
I tried to stream Rocket League for a portion of time, but it kept lagging.
I'm just messaging.
No, that's good. So I'm making tea. It's mint tea.
No way.
Yeah. But that's all I have to say about it.
Mint is... Do you know what? Mint is another one of those poisons that fucking plants developed to keep insects from eating them. And we love it. We love that shit.
I love it. Plants want us to eat them? Question? I don't have the gift of sight. I got 14 seconds before my tea is done. I'm gonna immediately stand up and walk to the kitchen.
I'm still messaging Corrupt because I appreciate him. Alright.
Kept them entertained?
Not in the slightest, actually. I was...
That's a good thing we have the card up then.
I was messaging Corrupt that whole time. And, dude, I think that guy, I think in 10 years, he's gonna be like, I really get the feeling Corrupt is like, he has like, he's an advanced guy.
Yeah.
Like, I like, if you talk to him and you didn't know.
I feel that way about, Clay Dog.
Clay Dog?
Yeah.
He's got a brain to him for sure.
A brain, yeah.
I think
Animal chin.
I think Corrupt is I think Corrupt has some big things planned for himself. And I think we're gonna see that. He's just like he's just such a clever guy. Like and he's like
He's up and coming?
I think he's an up and comer. I think Corrupt is an up and comer. I think he's a I think he's got a lot of potential, and I look forward to see what he does with it.
What's he play?
He right now I think he's playing mainly Celeste. He's like a speedrunner.
Okay.
And he's got some good. He's also did a game called, I think it was Ghost Runner, and I watched his speed run of it, and it was like. And he was like, I was like, holy crap, this guy's got some real, like, you know, he knows what he's doing, and he's got a good style to him, and you can tell he's taken his time to learn it and practice it. He's an up-and-comer for sure.
I got you there. Okay.
Yeah.
He's been in here a few times. I remember the name.
He's, yeah. I've known him. Do you remember when I said I used to be like a quote-unquote Twitch streamer? Like
Yeah.
he used to hang out back then. We used to play the same game, Survive.io, and I've kept in touch with him ever
Yeah.
since.
Ooh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Clever guy.
I like that.
Always welcome here.
You know,
I'm
the type of people that I continue to talk to are clever people and funny.
I do like clever wit.
Yeah. I feel
In-
like a dried up raisin turd.
Why do you say that?
I don't know. It's just a state of being.
Dried up raisin turd is a state of being? Like
Yeah.
like gas, solid, or liquid?
Gaseous.
Dried up
I feel
raisin
like a
turd?
dried up raisin turd. You ever seen a dried up raisin?
Yeah, it's a grape. Dried up
Yeah.
grape.
Now,
Great.
if that was a turd, if it looked like that, like a turd looked like a dried up grape,
So you feel so I'm getting the feeling you
I
feel
feel dehydrated.
you feel dehydrated, right? That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Do you drink enough water?
What do I drink?
Do you drink enough water?
I love it. It's my favorite drink.
Are you getting enough exercise?
I walk so much. My car's in the shop for 2 days straight.
You getting sunlight every day?
I drink a lot of chocolate milk induced or enforced with vitamin D. And
How-
I was outside. There was no sun
How's your
behind
diet?
the clouds. Yeah,
How's your
I was
diet?
out there. Try what?
How's
Vitamin D?
How's your diet?
I eat a lot of. I put 2 eggs into a single egg pan,
Mm-hmm.
like a little sandwich egg pan.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put that on top of a chicken patty, and I put honey mustard and sriracha ketchup and ranch and sriracha and dill weed and fucking I put malt vinegar on it.
That sounds delicious. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like that's my main diet.
I'm eating tacos right now.
Dude, I have this date coming up. I'm making tacos, she's making guacamole, and then it's probably a sleepover, but I'm gonna not be an asshole.
You're gonna stick your finger in your butt. Here's what you mean.
No. You're gonna
No,
stick a finger in your butt.
maybe,
You butt fingerer?
dude. The butt.
What's up?
The butt is perfectly finger shaped. You know.
Let me tell you something about the prostate.
Go on.
I love shooting water out of it or at it.
Go on.
Does that make me a filthy creature?
I don't know. Elaborate.
Like, okay, so the last place I lived before this place, I would take a shower hose from the shower head,
Go on.
and
Yes.
then I would take water to the butthole and put it
Yeah.
on my prostate
Mm-hmm.
and lay there for hours in ecstasy.
Wow.
You get to the point where you're just like, I need to stop doing this because I got other shit to do.
Maybe I should experiment more with my prostate.
Just be careful. The water pressure is way too high here. Yeah, right? How you feeling? You look like you're feeling pretty relaxed.
I'm feeling
How's
pretty
the
good.
tea treating you?
I'm in a pretty relaxed mood. I'm I've heard about like seeing colors and things like that. I'm melting. I'm not experiencing
You're
any of
probably
that.
gonna get an hour and 45 minutes of
I
not seeing that.
No, I haven't
And then
experienced
it'll
any.
happen.
I haven't experienced
did
anything like
enough.
that.
It looked like enough.
I'm just kind of vibing. I'm enjoying myself. I feel very relaxed. One thing I'm always concerned about when I try new things
Yeah.
is an increased heart rate, because I've had that experience under other drugs that I've tried
Drain
for
the
the first
blood.
time.
The heart is one.
But no, I'm not having any uncomfortable effects. I've even poured myself another shot, so I feel comfortable enough with that.
How do you feel about the statement that one heart, every heart has a set number of pumps to it? How do you feel about that?
I don't think that makes any sense. I feel like I
think it,
so I feel like what it was that the people who die of heart disease and like because they were significantly overweight, was that
Sure.
predestined for them, or could they have avoided that by not being overweight?
Yeah, for sure. That's how I feel about it.
And then maybe there's I'm sure there's basically a maximum. Like I don't think without any intervention medically that any human could live indefinitely.
I think they could. I'm afraid I'm going to live forever.
But not physically, right?
I'm kind of into that reincarnation thing.
Right. But that's not your heart beating forever. That's
well, I hear Dick Cheney
spiritual.
can get a gorilla heart and still live.
But he's not going to be able to outrun death forever,
Are you sure?
Yeah. Have you ever known anybody that's outrun death forever?
No, but that's what I'm afraid of, is meeting somebody who's outrun death forever. Death. Like a vampire? Oh. I think I maintain my youthful glow from the blood of the innocent animals. I love cheeseburgers and chicken patties and eggs.
I think if there were somebody out there like that we would know about it by now.
What if they're, okay, so here's the thing I heard from Bible teaching times. The greatest act that the devil ever pulled off was convincing the world that he doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a nice
quote. Both know, so I gotta.
I think that's a nice quote. But what else does it mean?
I'm gonna go see him in February.
But you wouldn't do that if you thought he was the devil.
I think he is.
And why are you going to visit him?
He's my friend. He's very funny.
Are you friends with the devil?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's a good idea?
You're supposed to find one thing you like about everybody.
Including
he's very funny.
Including the devil?
Sinister, to say the least.
Including the devil?
Yeah. That'd be a powerful ally, right?
I think the devil is the representation of all that is evil.
And I think evil goes by many names.
But I don't think you want to be associated with it. I think if you I
want to be associated with everybody, if I'm being honest.
So
make people laugh and get their money.
Evil
or not.
So I've been playing Wasteland 3. The video game, right?
Yeah.
And
in
that world there is there are factions that exist that make it clear that nobody who exists in this world is perfect. Everybody has some imperfections, everybody has some biases, everybody has some weaknesses. And you've basically, even if you try to be perfect or whatever,
I would never strive for something I could never attain.
Right, it's impossible. So what you have to decide is how far you're willing to go.
I'm always willing to commit to a joke.
And I think I think maybe
truth is often the most funny.
Right. I think that's maybe a measure of a person is how far they're willing to go, in Firefly, there was an episode where the captain was willing to commit to a sword fight, knowing that he really didn't know anything
about that one.
Yeah, knowing that he didn't know anything about sword fighting, because like he knew that the alternative was sacrificing his honor and potentially the honor of his friends.
Yeah.
And so like that just wasn't an option for him. So he was willing to go so far as to commit to a sword duel, which he knew nothing about, in order to uphold the honor of his crewmate and himself. And I think that was an extremely admirable thing for his character to do. And so I think like that, like I said, like that's a measure of a man. That's like how far are you willing to go to uphold your values? Because at some point, like if you face 100% certain death, like if somebody's got a fucking gun to your head,
yeah,
like it's hard to fault.
Press against it.
It's hard to fault somebody for like doing something that's against their values, because we have such a strong survival instinct. So I think like you can it takes a very strong person to fight against that that instinct.
I most relate to Jane Cobb, but I think with Mal it's just like that. Like I was trying to say, is if somebody had a gun to my head, I would push against it.
Just do it.
Like, if you're gonna do it, hey Lula, if you're gonna do it, then do it. Like, I would have enough faith in my crew to take care of what happened after that. I feel like they would be well enough without me. And I think that they would notice that I would do that for them. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a very good captain. But I always strive for Jane Cobb, at least. It's kind of shady where he deals with. Lula, what a pretty kitty.
Sorry, I had an itchy ear.
No, that's fine.
Lula is, I love you so much.
Aw, she's there and she loves you too.
She
winced at you saying it, but she still loved it.
She really like have I ever told you how me and her have conversations?
What, like how?
Like I'll say to her like, "Oh, you're the prettiest kitty, and you have the longest whiskers and the pinkest nose."
Oh-wee.
And I'll talk about all the things I love about her, and she'll meow. And then I'll tell her some more things I love about her, and then she'll meow again, and then I'll tell her some more things I love about her, and then she'll meow again. It's like she wants to hear, like she understands that we have like a loop going. Like if she meows, I'll talk some more, and it's like it makes me think that she wants to hear what I have to say, and because at the end of the day, like I really enjoy hearing her meow and purr, so I want to encourage her to talk, and so like I try to find ways to make her more talkative.
I had a cat that I grew up with, and me and my brother would play 21 blackjack. We would play blackjack with the cat.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
How did it work?
He would move his paw. We would show him the card that was coming up, and we'd say hit or stay. And if he was stay, he wouldn't move his paw. It was gross. And he won more than he should have for a cat,
Wow. Now, did you reward him in any way? Like, did you pat him or say good job when he...
Dude, we were just impressed that he kept winning, and it was enough for him.
But you would tell him, like, good job and good kitty and stuff like that.
I'd be like, dude, do you understand math? And he would just sit there and be like, yeah, whatever. I'm a cat. Don't move the paw.
Like, I believe, like, a cat could learn to recognize a pattern to, like, be like, okay, a 9 came up, this is when I move my paw, because that's when because they like it when I move my paw when a 9 comes up. Like that, like
we wouldn't look at the card. We wouldn't look at the card.
Mm-hmm.
We would draw it from the deck. We would show it to him. We're like, hit or stay, and he would
Mm-hmm.
move his paw or he wouldn't.
Jeez.
Because like I believe there was a language barrier.
Sure. They don't speak English, as far as I know.
They understand it.
They do.
They
I think.
understand it.
Like I heard the like I
She
gave my
out at you. She understands that you're.
I gave my cat the name Lula.
Yeah.
I've heard that animals like kind of respond to sounds more than words.
They're very
So like
tonal.
like the la. So I got that
They
la
like
in there twice.
low frequency, dude.
Right. So like I like Lula. I think like maybe she understands her name. Maybe she understands a
Yeah.
few words. And not like, and obviously not in the sense like she understands what the word like stop means, but maybe she understands when I say stop, that means I want her to, she's doing
Pay
something.
attention. Stop
right.
doing what you're doing.
Right. Just
Halt.
like focus,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
And so I think like, I think they have a different kind of intelligence. But animals
For
are,
sure.
but animals are absolutely smart, and animals are absolutely capable of being our friends and our companions. Like
Love
I said,
animals.
I think Lula is my best friend. I think she's she's very smart. I love her to death. Yeah.
Cats freak me out, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, animals that look into your soul when you make eye contact, they freak me out. So like if you were looking at say like a sugar glider, that thing's just like, can I jump to that? Is it gonna eat me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes or no? Like I think they smell pheromones, and that's how like they understand that humans are welcoming to them. But like a cat, they have thoughts that you're not having. And I believe that most of the time it's just like, this motherfucker's trying to eat me? No? Can I eat him? No? All right.
Might as well vibe with them.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude. Like, okay, we don't keep tigers as pets.
Mike Tyson did.
Well, Mike Tyson could punch a tiger to death.
I don't know.
I don't know if you've ever seen him fight, but Jesus. Like, I would never want to get hit by that guy.
Yeah, that would probably be pretty
or get my ear bitten off.
life ending, or at best, life.
It would be life changing at the least.
Yeah.
Eat through a tube. Like.
Man, that guy's so cool though. Listening
He
to
is.
Mike Tyson, like the way he's like changed his perspective on life.
Yeah.
And I think he's like, man, oh man, that's like.
Have you ever seen he's got a cartoon?
No.
Yeah, it's the Mike Tyson Mystery Team or something like that. It was on Adult Swim.
Sounds like a Scooby-Doo knockoff.
Dude, it is. They have a van. They have a talking animal. It's a pigeon.
Mike Tyson Mysteries?
Into a pigeon by a spited ex-wife.
And he was on board for all of this?
Yeah. And like...
Dude, there were 70 episodes of this.
Dude, yeah. I think Mike Tyson was just like, you want me to record me saying shit to you? You're gonna write jokes for me and it'll be funny? Yeah, I am funny. But in the Mike Tyson voice, you know, I'm pretty funny, you know?
What was the other thing I said I was gonna watch earlier?
Oh shit. Was it? It wasn't The Expanse, was it?
No.
Yeah. Should. Was it a sci-fi western?
No.
Was it a comedy?
It was something I think I'd already seen before, but I needed to... Oh, Star Trek.
Yeah. There's a lot of that.
I gotta find my Google Doc. It's called The List. There it is. This is the list of things that I'll probably never watch, but I've been encouraged to watch. So I just said Star Trek. What was the other thing we were just talking about?
um, um, it wasn't Firefly.
No.
It wasn't The Expanse.
We'll check the VOD. Somebody put it in the comments.
I'll rewatch it.
Somebody put it in the comments. We don't have to
What's our
rewatch it,
viewer's
Doc.
name? Corrupt. Chat us up.
Dude, has Corrupt said anything in it? No, he still hasn't said anything in his chat.
Negative on chat, dude.
Dude, I love you, Corrupt. If you want to say anything in the chat, you're more than welcome. You're you're a god here. You're well appreciated.
Subscribe to my Patreon.
If you can afford it, and
I would never ask what you can't afford.
Right. Take you
free croissant.
We like one thing I think value I have is that anything I produce for other people, I always want to be free. So you know how I talk about making a video game?
Yeah.
That's you know, when and if that ever releases, it will be free.
Are you gonna have custom skins and stuff? You gonna have a shop open?
The best monetization I've ever seen in a video game that I would probably emulate my own video game after is Path of Exile.
Ooh, why?
I don't know if you've ever played Path of Exile.
Briefly, Animal Chin yells at me a lot because I'm bad at it.
But you could play Path of Exile for 50, 100 hours maybe.
It's a good game. It's a really good game.
Before you would ever consider, like, there's something I need to spend money on. There would never be a reason before 50 or 100 hours that you would say, like, I need to spend money on this game. And so it I would think that like that would be my approach. Like if I can't get you to want to play my game, because that's the kind of game it would be. If it was a different kind of game, I would think about it differently. Like if it was like if it was a story-based game that was like a 2 to 5 hour experience or something, then it would be reasonable to want maybe some sort of it's like to charge something for that, or like to ask something for that afterwards. But if I'm making a multiplayer game that's meant to have longevity, I would want to put it on myself to say that like if I expect you to invest money in this, I expect that I can provide you a lot of value for that money. So so I would never so I would want people to be able to like whatever monetization scheme I would put into that game to try and I say scheme, like, you know, like whatever way that people could pay to play it.
That's fair. I mean, you're making it free, so it's like if you like it, then support it.
Yeah, but I would want people to play it for like 50 or 100 hours before they would even consider that. Is what I'm saying.
How many hours?
50 to 100.
God damn, dude. That's a commitment. That's a healthy commitment, if you ask me. As a guy who plays a lot of video games.
Right, but that's the experience I go for. You know, when I think about especially when it comes to buying a video game, I'm looking for those experiences that are, you know, 50 plus hours.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to get my, you know, I want to get my money's worth out of them.
Yeah, I do too. I usually consider if I don't pay or play as many hours that I paid for it per dollar, you know, like if I bought a $60 game, if I don't play that game for 60 hours, then I feel like I got ripped off. Yeah.
Do you go to the movies?
I haven't in quite a long time. The last thing I saw was one of the Star Wars because the nice lady paid for it for me.
I think the last thing I saw in theaters was The Happening. And that movie was awful.
The Happening? Dude, with fucking Marky Mark and Zooey Deschanel.
It was awful. Truly awful.
Dude, that movie is so good because of how bad it is.
I would agree with that. Yeah, it was like the
Yeah.
opening sequence where a bunch of like the lady just like takes her hairpin out and stabs herself in the neck. I was like, holy fuck, dude. I was intrigued at what they were talking about from there. But then like it was just like
I find with most M. Night Shyamalan movies, they're really good up until a point.
Right.
But maybe that's kind of like his thing.
The one with the crop circles was pretty good throughout, I think. I remember enjoying
Signs?
that.
Oh my god. Dude,
I remember enjoying Signs like the whole way
that
through.
That movie scared me.
And
chilled me to my core.
The Bruce Willis one was awesome too.
Glass, the trilogy where he's like an invincible superhero.
No, I See Dead People. Sixth Sense. That was excellent.
That's an amazing movie.
Oh, but yeah, he also did the Unbreakable.
Yeah,
or was it just called Unbreakable?
That's a good trilogy up until the end of the third movie where I unsubscribed.
Yeah, I only saw the first one. Feel free
Second one's good.
Yeah. I didn't even know there was multiple.
Dude, James McAvoy, actor who plays the bald guy in that, he's got split personalities. The second movie is called Split, I believe.
Oh.
He abducts women, and he's got like 28 different personalities inside of him.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is the Beast.
Oh, God.
And yeah, the Beast is like a bulletproof, like, mega monster for murder. Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And he finally abducts this girl who kind of falls in love with him. And that's like how she escapes. And that's the entire second movie of that trilogy.
Hi, Doc.
Hey, what's up, dude?
There's two of you.
There's two. Dose? There's two of me? Are you going cross-eyed? Is that what's happening? Dude, is the tea hitting right now?
Just be honest with me.
Yeah.
How many Docs are there?
2.
That lines up with what I see. I'm pleasantly surprised and happy.
Yeah, my dad's voice inside my head saying, "Well, son."
Dude, imagine the shit you could pull off if you were an identical twin. You ever thought about that?
I've had thoughts, yes.
Dude,
what are you thinking about pulling off, though? What are you interested in pulling off with the?
Here's the thing. You'd have to have like.
Do they have hair?
Here's the thing. You'd have to have like a home birth with like a what do they call those women that give birth at home? Midwife. And you'd have to like swear her to secrecy, because here's the thing. Like if people found out that you were an identical twin, no matter what you pulled off, there would always be like that suspicion. So you'd have to have like an at-home birth with a midwife, and you'd have to like swear to secrecy, and then you could raise your 2 kids as one, and then they could be like doing double the shit. And like imagine the YouTube channel that you could have.
Yeah.
Where where the guy like knows so much, but he's actually 2 people.
Weird.
Dude. It's wild.
Okay, well, I think there's Davidge, and I think there's Doc.
Mm-hmm. Hey, tell me the difference.
Is just like, we need to go now. We need to do it. We need to do something. And Davidge is like, let's take 20 minutes to think this over.
I have that problem. I don't know. I'm learning.
Yeah.
I've learned the routine is good. I call it the routine.
Yeah.
It's like if I like now every morning I get up, I make my breakfast. My breakfast is always the same. It's an egg, 2 pieces of toast.
I'm so hungry.
And a chai tea latte. My cat is also hungry. She's looking at her boob. But like the routine, what the routine does is it kind of forces you to do something even if you weren't planning on doing it. So it's like every morning I wake up and I look at the clock, and it's like if it's before 10:30, then I know I can kind of lay my head back because I expect myself to get
Yeah.
up at 10:30.
Yeah.
And if it's past 10:30, it's like, okay, time
Yeah.
to get up. I just do what it is. And
Yeah.
what I've learned from this process is that,
Yeah.
like, I just expect myself to do cardio and like exercise and practice the
Yeah.
guitar and
Sure.
like
Yeah.
all the things that I expect myself to do, I get better at. So I feel like it's just a matter of expecting yourself to get better at something, and then you just do it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something I've learned from you is I'm very inactive on purpose. I'm afraid that if I'm me, then the government will find out and they'll dissect me.
I spent 15 years of my life living that way, and
Yeah.
trust me, I could have done another 15,
Yeah.
but I'm glad that I didn't.
Why not?
The silver doubloons that you look at right now was
Yeah.
not somebody who existed.
Okay.
Like
So this is a facade who I'm talking to right now.
oh, this is just an evolution.
Oh, okay.
This is somebody who had to go through a massive transformation in
Yeah.
order to exist. Like I literally spent 15 years of my life being
Yeah.
miserable.
Yeah.
Like every day miserable. Like literally my life was like I would wake up and I would be like, I'm miserable, and they just decided that at the morning of the and that was how I lived my entire life.
Yeah.
So I kind of became used to that. And that was my normal.
Yeah.
And now it's not my normal. I
Why not?
try because I realized, I think, that the path I was on
What
was
did your
very,
path tell you to do?
it was very comfortable.
I prefer uncomfortable.
I was very yeah, I've recognized that, and that's one thing I think that's a very good thing to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. But I think like you can get very comfortable with depression, you can get very comfortable with anxiety, you can get very comfortable with not trying new things, you can get very comfortable with just whatever state you are, and I think it's very important to be in a state of flux, in a state of constant evolution. I think it's important for us to change because change is good. It's like
I believe in that. 100%.
stagnation is the enemy, I think. Once we stagnate, it's like we're admitting that everything we're doing is
Have you
perfect.
ever seen me stagnate?
I don't think so. Well,
Okay.
let me think about that a little bit longer. I think you generally confront your problems head on. No, I don't think I have really seen you stagnate. I think when you have an issue, you you air it for better or for worse.
I yell into the ethos a lot.
I think that's good.
The ether? I'm sorry.
I think that's good.
Ether?
I think it's like and it goes back to this documentary that I was talking about earlier about this woman who pretended to be a man for several months. It's like we need to be I think it's
self-made
so good.
man?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, that was the book she wrote, and maybe the documentary was named the same thing.
Woman pretending to be a man is the IMDb thing that I'm getting.
There you go.
Laura Vincent.
That sounds right. Yeah. I think it's good for us to talk about our problems. I think it's like it goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's good to get a second set of eyes on things.
I got Overwatch.
Yeah, exactly. You need Overwatch in
Soyaki.
in video games and in life. You need people who are willing to Overwatch for you. Because if you're like,
I don't have to worry about me.
Right, you're like I've played video games, and I'm sure you'd had the same conversation or the same experience. Yeah. You've probably played video games with people who are, worried about their KD and worried about their.
Dude, KD is the only true measure of skill.
And they're worried about their individual performance. But I think like the most important thing is when you're on a team,
team play.
You gotta be worried about your team performance.
Yeah, did your team win?
Right. If your team didn't win, then your individual performance doesn't matter that much. You're a team. Yeah. Everybody's a team player. You're all working together.
League, huh?
You're all working together.
I try not to be overbearing and. Hey, what's your rank in 3v3 tournaments? Do you play in silver? Do you play in gold? Do you play in platinum?
I'm not even
sure.
I
believe it would be gold.
We've done like 3 tournaments.
Yeah, it tells you.
Oh, can I find that out by like opening Rocket League?
I don't know about tournaments. There's some stat tracking websites out there, but I don't think they keep track of that. All I know is that anytime Animal Chin gets too uppity, I show him that website.
I don't know how to find this out. I can't even find Steam right now. That would be very difficult for me.
Okay. What was I looking up? Rocket League something or others?
Dude.
Stat tracking.
Rocket League. Do you ever play it?
I try not to. I try to avoid it. There's a lot of kids from the PlayStation Network, and the way that they show that you're a PlayStation Network player is it says
PSN.
PSY
PSN. Oh, Sign. It is PSY, yeah. Dude.
It's a Sign network, and that freaks me out because it makes me think that I'm playing against a bunch of like government
psyops.
Yeah. Just because they can hit a car better or a ball better with a car than I can. They're all shitters.
Fuck them.
I'm the type of person, I bought, what do you call that game? Fucking Mortal Kombat 10. And I played against a guy one night. We were both the same character. He won, I would say, like 99 out of 100 rounds that we played. Okay, sorry, 97 out of 100. And I could tell by the end, before he left, he was annoyed. But I'm constantly persistent. I want it. I want it so hard. I want that win. And that game we were talking about, Rocket League.
Familiar with it.
It's the only other game, other than like Halo, that's maybe been like, I want the goal. Give me the goo.
Did I tell you?
Goal goo, Dad.
Did I tell you the name we came up with for our Rocket League team?
Okay, so let me tell you about this name you came up with. Gook Hockey.
And we all have the portal conversion gel, and then we spray it on them in the pregame, and we give them the fucking Gook Hockey.
Same, but like the first time I read it, it's GOOKKAKE, right?
Right. I think that's how Wikipedia spelled it.
I read it wrong.
What did you read?
Gook Cocky.
Ah.
I was like, that's awfully racist for Silver Dubloons, the famous pirate.
Wait, what does cocky mean? Did I just say a racist slur?
I don't know what kake means. I know that bukake means something unseemly.
That means when 2 or more men ejaculate on another person's face, I think.
Gross.
I think that's how Wikipedia described it.
And your name is Gookaki?
Gookaki. And then, like, in the pregame, we spray them with the portal conversion gel, and after the game is
I
over,
love the portal conversion gel.
yeah, we spray them with the portal conversion gel, and we
Give
try to
them the
get
goo, my dude.
we try to give it to them close to the camera as possible.
Do you ever have 3 streams of goo, portal conversion gel goo, going at the screen at once?
Yes,
Gross. How disgusting.
it's fun.
This is rocket cars, my dude.
We're just trying to make people laugh, and I don't take it too seriously. I look at it as I look at it as just a if somebody gets what bukkake is, and then realizes that we're saying goo and then we're spraying goo on them, maybe it'll give them a little chuckle. We're not trying to be like jerks or whatever. We're taking the piss, as the British say.
I want to take the piss out of it.
Dude, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, I say.
I think it's beautiful too. I'm on this Rocket League stats tracking website, but it's not finding my name, Doc Ejacula.
Sounds like some sort of shitter website.
Here, maybe it'll work on your Canadian internet.
Hang on, I have to switch to the be right back screen again.
Oh wow. Okay, well that's fine.
We've reached 4 hours.
Wow, and you said 6 hours? Can you believe it?
We're almost there.
We can. Okay, here's my dilemma. Now, a nice French lady that I know who lives in Canada with you just started talking to me.
Go on.
She said, "Hey."
Mm-hmm.
Do I invite her into the podcast?
Dude, do whatever your heart tells you. That's what I always say.
You told me not to leave you, and I don't want to do that.
Dude, as long as you don't like, if she comes in here and she says like, Doc, I need to talk to you privately, and you're like, oh, sorry, Silver Dubloons, I have to go fuck this whore, like, then I would judge you for that. But no, but like if you invited her in here and then you did not abandon me, that's perfectly fine. I'm just, I don't suspect you would abandon me. So I think
I could never if I tried to.
So I think
I might give you many. Hey, if I thought you weren't fine, I wouldn't abandon you. If you were not fine,
you do as your heart tells you. I will give you some time to monologue
I don't
about
think
your.
you gave me. I don't think you gave me one poor life decision this entire thing.
Yeah, didn't I talk about one earlier? I was talking about the thing where I did the thing or whatever. It was like 4 hours ago. I don't remember.
Hot dog. And how are you feeling?
I'm feeling very grateful.
Yeah?
I'm feeling very.
What do you feel grateful for?
I'm grateful for my my friends. I'm grateful for my I'm grateful for just like where I am in life. I mean, I think like if I could roll the dice again and be born somewhere randomly on Earth, I think that chances are my life would be worse if I rolled the dice again. So I'm very thankful for where I am. Not like life would be worse, obviously like it's all relative, and I probably wouldn't understand that it would be worse. But in the you know what I mean, like as far as like where I landed up on Earth and who my parents were, I probably rolled high if I had to compare it to.
I consider myself very lucky.
For sure. It's like I'm very thankful for what I do have.
Yeah, I get that. That's not a bad way to feel about everything. you know?
Yeah.
I feel lucky. I don't know how to describe it other than that.
I'm lucky too. Life's not so bad.
No. Most times it works out, if I'm being honest.
It's challenging.
Life in general, you mean? Or
I think so. Yeah.
like what? What's challenging?
It's just like it never ends, I guess.
It's constant struggle, eh?
It's like you so many times I want to be just like, okay, I'm in the moment, I'm thinking about this thing, and but it's like life always has a way of creeping its way into my mind and being like,
Oh yeah.
hey,
It's there
you
constantly.
remember, you gotta check your oil, you gotta take the garbage out, you gotta fucking,
Yeah.
you got this, you gotta take care of, you got these bills to pay, you got this, it's like. I wish there was a way to like I long for a world in which basic necessities weren't something that you had to earn.
Yeah.
It's like it's weird that we have to like earn our right to survive.
Yeah.
It's like
I get that. I hate
I
it.
don't I don't like like we've set up society in such a way that like you can't live a life where you're not useful to some rich person.
Yeah. I
Bas-
buy some things off of Amazon.com that I wish I could buy elsewhere.
right. Like, so if you're not useful to a rich person, you're basically worthless. So, like, the rich people decide what the values of expressed through society are, kind of. And I feel like it would be nice if we had a society set up in which people could express their own values and not those of the people that they had to support in order to exist.
Yeah. So in the Mighty Ducks movies, they always talked about forming the V.
Yeah, the mighty
Yeah.
V.
Well, I see that in life. Like you have to have wingmen,
Mm-hmm.
friends, or whatever you want to call them, and then you'll keep flying in that V.
And it's so hard because it seems like we're all such individualists and everybody's worried about like, well, how does this benefit me? But like I think we really need to be thinking about, well, how can I make this work for all of us?
Yeah.
Cuz that's the
Yeah.
way, like it's like you look at successful people and like no incredibly successful person, whether they're like a force for good or a force for evil,
Yeah, I get that.
nobody's ever done it on their own. Everybody's always had wingmen, people backing them up, people that they could rely on.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
you've got to, yeah, no matter what way, you've got to if you're gonna make a significant force on the world,
Yeah.
you've got to have people that you can rely on.
Absolutely. I think I'm good for a laugh and a smile. Depend on me, Dad.
Depend on me. I do depend on you.
Same.
Yeah, we got this.
Yeah, dude, I apologize for my demeanor. I try to be as available as much as I can, but I really value my solitude.
Oh, dude, absolutely. I'm not. I would never. I would never begrudge you that. I think like. I think you need to. You need to take care of yourself first. You can't take care of other people unless you can take care of yourself. So if you need to.
Absolutely.
If you need to do your thing, then do your thing, dude. Like, just don't.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about me at that point. Like I'm.
Yeah.
I'm okay on my own, and I'm the same way. I like not that long ago I took a couple of weeks off the internet just because I was kind of.
I remember that. It was very quiet.
I was in my own head. It was
very unfriendly.
I was in my own head. I was very frustrated. I was very I was self-absorbed at the time.
I am mostly doing that.
And like I don't want to be that way. Like, and I'm working towards doing that less and less.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think like
I
don't
want to do less of that myself. Dude, I have an alarm going off.
Tell me about it. What's your alarm?
Hold on. I found it. It is a song. My alarm is a song.
You can't take the sky from me.
It sounds like a nice song, but my song is Warning by Green Day. May impair your ability to operate machinery. Can't quite tell just what it means to me. Keep out of reach of children. Don't you talk to strangers. Get your philosophy.
Dude, I think
from a silver doubloons.
I think this is gonna be our breakout episode. I think this is the one that's gonna. I think this is the first one that's gonna crack 5-figure views.
You think so? I hope so. I hope for the best, with most things. Our first episode has 30-some views last I checked.
That's pretty good.
32 if I'm being honest.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. I think there's a method to it. I think there is.
I was really flattered when our friend said that this was like being in a Discord call with us and just hanging out. I think that's kind of a good vibe.
I think it is too.
So like when he said that, I was like kind of like it almost like made me proud. I was like
yeah.
I was like,
I mean that's the thing of a podcast is you have a group of people and they talk, and then either people agree with what they say and they become a fan, or you get haters.
It's not
Adolf
always.
Hitler once said,
"We're not quoting Adolf Hitler."
Publicity is good publicity.
Dude, we're not quoting Adolf Hitler on this podcast.
Dude, I would never quote Adolf Hitler. Come on.
You just did.
What do you think? I'm a what?
There's probably other ways to have gotten your point across. Why did you just quote Adolf Hitler? Dude, do you remember the girl at the Capitol building that got in trouble for this?
Yeah, well, for quoting Adolf Hitler?
Yeah, no, literally, there was a lady that gave a speech at the Capitol building, and she was like, Hitler got one thing right. Those who control the future, or those who control the children, control the future.
Jesus.
And
Hitler shit.
Yeah, and not to mention, like, that is a concept that has existed well before Hitler, and people have phrased it a million different ways. And you
control the youth, and then you control the masses.
Right, you can say that in 100 different ways. You don't need to say Hitler at all to get that point across. But like some I forget who this goober was. But
who's this goober?
Oh God, let me Google.
Give me the goober's name.
Goober who quoted
the Goober off opening.
Goober who quoted Hitler at
Hitler?
The Capitol.
Somebody quoted Hitler?
Yes!
That's gross.
Illinois Congresswoman quotes Hitler.
Wow.
A newly minted
Glad I'm not
Illinois
from that fucking
congresswoman
state.
with suburban roots quoted Adolf Hitler during prepared remarks Tuesday supportive of Donald Trump at the lawn on the U.S. Capitol.
Ah,
Reading from a folded
How?
sheet of paper on stage at an event hosted by a group called Moms for America, Republican Mary Miller, that's her name, Mary
Ugh.
Miller, told the audience
Ugh.
that the real battle for the hearts and minds of our children before invoking the famous Nazi leader's words from his autobiography, Mein Kampf. Hitler was right on one thing, he said. Whoever has the youth has the future. Miller told the crowd on hand for a rally ahead of Wednesday's planned protest that eventually turned violent. The comments didn't become widely publicized until Wednesday. And anyway, so yeah, she was like, "Yeah, Hitler. This is the thing. Hitler, like, come on, lady."
Fuck.
Like, do you know who quotes Hitler?
Me?
Fascists.
What?
Fascists love Hitler. I don't know if you've heard this.
Yeah, I've heard tell.
Fuck.
I try not to follow Hitler. I pay attention when people talk up sometimes, though, and he's one of the guys that I'm like, maybe I should listen.
I don't
be
know,
afraid.
man. Like, here's the thing about everybody. Like, everybody who has ever existed. Everybody has good ideas. Everybody has bad ideas. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure, like, if Hitler was, you know, sympathetic towards certain things and not hatred, you know, didn't have a hatred towards other things, and, like, maybe he could have been a different whatever, but, like,
Yeah.
the fact of the matter is that he fucking, his core philosophy was that there are major differences between people, and my way is right. You know, that was his thing. He felt like he got to decide what was right. Nobody ever gets to decide that.
Apparently it was murdering all the Jews.
Right. I feel like nobody ever gets to decide that.
I try not to.
And that's why we have to, that's why, like, multiculturalism will always be the thing. And that's why we have to be, even if we don't like other people's opinions, I think it's important to be tolerant of them. Because that's always going to be a thing. And it's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I think togetherness is a good thing to promote. I'm not a fan of groupthink, but, like, I don't know, sometimes it's nice if you have a bunch of individuals who are like, we should fight for this thing, but then you get somebody like Hitler, and he puts out a manifesto, and then an entire nation follows what he says. I would pay attention to that guy.
Now,
I wouldn't agree with him.
What do you think you'd do if you were, like, a German youth in the time of, like, Hitler's uprising?
I wouldn't salute. Have you ever seen that picture of that guy who's just, like, crossed-armed in front of a crowd who's, like, heiling Hitler?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, it's a picture that I truly do enjoy. I just opened the stream and it looks like it's just the card. It says Silver Dubloons is at port.
We're back. We've been there for a while, though.
It's an all audio podcast. Baby.
Audio's still been working, though.
Oh yeah, I believe that. And honestly, that's the most important part. You don't need to see this.
We're back.
I don't recommend it.
We're back.
Unless you're a lady and you look. What's up?
You got a little monologue in you? I gotta find a little bathroom.
Hold on, let me stream my screen.
Okay,
I need you to see this at least.
Okay, have it open.
Do you see this picture?
I do. Damn.
That would be me. I'd be there like, nope. And I'd end up in a fucking Hillary Clinton re-education camp.
Fuck.
Sorry, I'd end up in a Hitler youth education camp.
So, what if the guys all around you started noticing and they started beating you up?
Hopefully they kill me, because if they don't kill me, then I'm gonna keep getting back up.
Why would you want them to kill you? Why wouldn't you want to
Because I
get
don't
back
want
up?
to be alive.
Why wouldn't you want to get back
Because I
up?
live in a time where Hitler is getting heiled by half my, like the entire country.
But what if you could be a force for change in eliminating that force?
Well, then I would hope for the best. Like, I would hope I would get out of there without them beating me up to death.
But do you think you could be that force for change?
Yeah.
Then I think you should strive to be that. We probably
I think
can't do
so.
that. Can't do that if you're dead. I think this is why sometimes the crew on Firefly go along with the evil people's will. It's because maybe they know that if they go against it right now, they don't stand a chance of survival. But if they kind of go along with it or pretend to go along with it for a little bit, then they can make a more serious change in the future.
Absolutely.
So don't you think that maybe in your circumstance it would be better to try and maybe just survive in the moment? Survive in the moment?
Are you saying I should heil Hitler?
I think if if heiling Hitler makes you puts you into a position to cause more harm to Nazis, then yeah. You should probably heil Hitler.
Well, yeah, I would definitely do that.
There you go.
This guy's name is Squilliam.
Are we playing chess? 10-minute rounds?
No, but this lady wants me to play chess with her.
Good.
How upset would you be if we ended stream, ended podcast, and I played chess with just this lady?
Wait, can I still be there? Because I need you. I need you with me.
Yeah. I'm on board. I'm on board. Jesus Christ, dude, I can't type. Feel like I drank dyslexia into me.
Drank it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm asking, and there are questions, and I am answering the questions.
You promised, Doc.
I will not leave you.
Thank you. Is your username?
It is, yes.
You're displaying it on the stream right now, just so you know.
Okay, I'll bleep it out. Just make sure you post it in your Google Drive, and send me a link, because I'm real bad at remembering things.
I'll post it in the Google Drive.
Hey, so I have an affirmative from this person. So if we end stream right now, if we say goodnight, we can continue to call.
All right. Well, do you want to do the outro then?
Hey, I'm Davidge Phipps. With me, as always, the Silver Dubloons, Brandon Dory, the famous pirate.
We've been recording for 4.5 hours approximately, but that was after I stopped and started again, so it's probably been a little longer than that. So this is gonna be some
editing to do.
This is gonna be an exorbitantly long podcast.
Dude, this is the jumbo episode.
thank you all for being a part of this. I genuinely appreciate you all, and I hope you all have a fantastic 2021.
Dude, no more corona, no more sadness. Let's fucking live it up. 2021, we did it. We can drink now.
Together we are stronger. Apart we are weak. Let's all join together and make 2021 a time for collectivism, a time for working together, a time
Let's
for
fucking
love.
get it. I want that.
We're here. We're about it.
And I love you all for it. All 2 to 3 of you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for helping spread that message.
Thank you, Corrupt. You're our biggest fan.
Corrupt? I don't even know what to say. Just my dude. Hey, you did it. We did it. As a community and beyond.
All the bots who are watching, thank you for collecting our data and disseminating it to Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, and the like. Where would we be without you?
Billionaires, where does the money come from? But thank you.
Thank you. You're all appreciated.
Gracias. Hey, I've been Doc. This is Silver.
That's me.
We fucking did it.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. I love you all. Forehead kisses.
Sleep well.
Sleepy.